All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome into my latest live stream, and it is great to see everyone, as always. Welcome into Jack Gunner, Jesse West, Knight Rider, Crystal, great to see you, Personic, PJC, great to see you. Hey, Abundant Universe, great to see you as well. Hey, Coldstone Wolf, Jesse Green. Hopefully, everyone had a great weekend. My weekend was relaxing. Basically, watched college football most of the weekend and NFL football yesterday, obviously. Hey, Casey, great to see you. Good morning. Time for the only thing that keeps Monday from being a total waste. And last night I was on NCR News Network's channel, and we talked about superhero movies, which was fun. Had a great time. Thanks, NCR, for having me on again. Hey, Mama KT, Joseph Bobbitt, welcome in. And if I missed anyone, welcome everyone. I have quite a few videos lined up today. We have at least 2 sovereign citizen videos. One of them is a court appearance, and another soft sit involved in a hit and run. We also have a tasing video and a few others. Oh, and this guy that thinks he's a lawyer, but not really a sovereign citizen. He thinks he knows the laws. So it should be a fun show today. Just going through the chat room. Wouldn't want to be a Denver fan this morning. Yeah, they got destroyed, I heard. I didn't watch that game, but let me see the score. I heard it was an insane score. They lost 70-20. Wow. That you don't see that often in the NFL. That is insane. All right, so let's get into our first video. This title is called Hit and Run Sovereign Citizen Gets What He Deserves After Mocking His Victim and Refusing to ID. This video comes from Van Balian. So as always, be sure to go subscribe to him. Excellent channel. And let's bring up this video. Let's see. Yep, there it is. And we'll put the closed caption on. Go to options, font size, we'll go 150. All right. Hey, Nup, great to see you. Hope you're doing well. And let's roll the video.
Well, you guys are going to release me and stop wasting my time, or I'm going to charge you for my time.
Yep, we tried that
Hey,
one.
Erica.
Oh, you think I tried that?
Yes, I know who you are.
Oh, okay. How the fuck does someone fit back here, really?
Not very good.
Welcome back to the Van Balian channel, guys. Today we head to Flandreau, South Dakota for a video where police get dispatched to an accident. But this isn't just any accident. This is a minor accident involving a sovereign citizen. So, of course, it turns into a circus with lots of word salad, threats to the police officers, which backfire spectacularly. And because he refuses to identify to the police and the alleged victim for insurance purposes, he gets a pair of silver bracelets and a ride to jail.
I always wonder what sort of dark witchcraft Van Balian uses to find all these videos. Yeah, he is definitely the GOAT of like finding all these new videos for sure. Hey, John Bull, great to see you and happy Monday.
What's going on? You have all this is you identifiers. So if you do not identify yourself, you'll be going to jail. I'm going to jail? You're going to kidnap me? What crime did I commit? Right now, failure to identify yourself. So what do you need my ID for? What is the crime I committed? Because you were involved in an accident. I'm not saying you committed a crime right now. But because you're... Why are you shaking, man? Are you all right? Are you nervous? No. You're shaking. That makes me kind of nervous, man. You're over there with all these guns and shit all suited up, and you're the one
Hey,
shaking.
George.
Are you all right, man? You see what's going on here? You see him shaking? Yep. Are you all right? Do you need medical attention? No, I'm good. What I want right now is for you to identify yourself. That's what you want? That's nice. If you want anything you want, you ain't going to get it.
Is that what you said to the owner of the building you hit, I wonder? Hence why the police had to be called over what is essentially just a minor bump. And yes, this officer shaking is unusual, but it's not unheard of, especially when dealing with sovereign citizens because of how dangerous they can be. But his partner doesn't seem to be concerned, so you shouldn't be either. Plus, he does a great job with the arrest later anyway.
Okay, put your hands
I
up on
made
the
a
car.
deal with that man right there.
Put your hands up on the car.
I said, hey, maybe...
Put your hands up on the car.
Okay? And I worked out with him that I will cover the damages. That has nothing to do with you.
Fine.
Nothing to do with you.
To do a report.
Do your report. That's lovely.
Now, why would the owner of the building you allegedly hit with your truck need to call the police if you'd already worked this out with him? That doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? Fortunately, because this is Bodycam footage, we get the other side of the story, which, surprise, surprise, doesn't line up or paint him or his passenger in a very good light.
A sovereign citizen lion colored me surprise. Like, really. And it's funny to me how they always think that they're in control and run this stop, like this interaction. Like, no, Softset, you're not in control. Like, you have no power or authority. You're not going to tell the officer how this is going to go. The officers are in control, not you. Hey, Edward, great to see you. Hope you're doing well. Just going through the chat. Let's see if I missed anything. Mark, you would think all these soft turds would be healthy with all the word salad they have. Right, Colt Stonewolf? Good idea to intimidate the police. Yeah, because that's always going to work out in your favor, isn't it? Hey, Steve McDaddy, great to see you. Did this dude offer to pay for the building with Monopoly money or golden doubloons? My guess, probably. No one Sotsits, they always talk about how like gold is the only currency, so I'll go with gold doubloons. Hey, Greg Jonick, great to see you.
Okay, hands up. At this point, I wish to remain secure in my person's papers and effects. Sir, I will charge you with assault and kidnapping.
Well, you heard him, guys. He's going to charge the officers with kidnapping because they're putting them in handcuffs. Like, okay, you know what? Please charge them, file a lawsuit, do whatever you have to do because I want to see a judge's reaction to that. Your Honor, they kidnapped me. They put me in handcuffs. The judge would probably start laughing and instantly throw the case out.
I'm not resisting. Why are you both up on me?
He's not on you. He's holding your arm.
I do not wish for this to happen, gentlemen.
You You were given a lawful order.
No, that's not an order.
I do not wish for this to happen, gentlemen. Well, no shit. I don't think anybody wishes to be placed in handcuffs. That's kind of the point of an arrested genius.
Scar.
Yeah, dude, my wrist is backwards. Come on, man.
It's not backwards. It's on
That's
right.
not backwards. Come on.
It's supposed to be like this, so you can't.
So I'm supposed to be like this and like break my wrist? Come on.
It's not
man.
broke.
No, but you're gonna go try and sit me down in the back of your car like that. You want me to break my wrist when I
It's
sit
not
down?
going to
Come
break
on.
when you sit down.
Handcuffs are not built for comfort, so you know, if you don't like how they feel, then maybe it's not a good idea to refuse to identify after allegedly fleeing the scene of an accident. Just saying.
Look at this. Am I even resisting? Is there a need for this, or is it just so that you guys can feel better about yourselves?
Oh, yeah, real good about yourself.
Yeah, you do, huh? You know, there's real crime in this city. There's like murder.
There is, like failing to identify yourself when you're involved in an accident.
Identify as a crime. I want to see the charge for that. What charge is that? What law did I break by failure to identify? Let me see. Is South Dakota a stop and ID state?
We're not
Gentlemen.
stopping it.
This isn't a stop and ID situation, first of all. Like, you were involved in an accident. So obviously the officers are going to ask for your information. What are you talking about, stop an ID state? Like, you're just repeating what you heard on YouTube at this point. I've never been in handcuffs. I'm not willing to do a crime for that experience. Me neither, Erica. And I never intend to be put in handcuffs.
ID, you're involved in an accident.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Show me what law you're saying I'm breaking. You're over here throwing me in a car.
South Dakota Codified Laws 32-34-6. Any driver of any vehicle involved in an accident resulting in damage to property shall stop his vehicle at the scene of the accident and immediately give his name and address and the name and address of the owner of the vehicle. You clearly didn't do this.
Any knives on you beside this one?
I have all kinds of stuff on my pockets that you are not free to touch, sir. That is my property.
Exactly, and you're under arrest. Any other knives?
I'm sure I got plenty on me.
Two, maybe four. All right, have a seat.
What are you doing with my property?
Your property's in the front seat right next to where you're going to be.
Well, it might behoove you to know that there's another small knife in my right pocket. And I really know you were not allowed to reach into my pocket. Untake the cuffs off and I'll get it my fucking self.
Yeah, because the officers are just going to trust you to hand over a knife. Like, no, that's not how it works. You were basically just involved in a hit and run. And the officers aren't going to risk their safety to entertain your stupidity. Do these idiots expect police to carry a full set of law books with them? Sadly, a lot of them do expect that, even though we all know that's not how it works at all. And like, it's just ridiculous. The expectations of these sovereign citizens. You're a public servant. You're a public servant. You need to know every law in the world. It's like, no, not at all.
It's in your front pocket. You can't reach it anyway. Get in.
Do not fucking touch me. Oh, you can't just take the cuffs off, though, huh?
All right, have a seat.
I'd rather not.
I don't care what you rather do. Get in the car.
What is your name?
Sergeant Newenfeld.
Neunfeld and Weber. What is your first name?
Rob.
Rob
Get in.
Neufeld and what Weber?
Zach.
Zach Weber.
Inside
thank
the car.
This is against my will. How the fuck does someone fit back here, really?
Not very good.
Okay. That retort and door slam in response to this guy's whining was gold and deserves the replay.
How the fuck does someone fit back here, really?
Not very good.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome by the cop. Like, just slam the door right in his face. Like, really, guy, you're going to jail. The handcuffs aren't supposed to be comfortable. No, the cop car isn't supposed to be comfortable either. You're going to jail. It's not supposed to be a 5-star luxury hotel experience.
I mean, what did he expect? Leather recliners and a movie? Unbelievable. Anyway, now they speak to the alleged victim to get his side of the story.
Hey, Dixo, great to see you. Hope you're doing well.
So what happened?
So, Hussein used to cook at Fajitas. Big native guy. His mom's knocked on the door, came in, and was like, "What's going on?" She said, "Somebody just hit your building and then drove away." I was like, "Well, did you see where they went?" "Yeah, they backed in right over by the whatever deal, restaurant." I was like, "Okay." So she sends me, I sent this to her already. She sends me, I said, "Do you have a picture of it?" She goes, "Yeah." So she sends me that from the apartment they live in.
Okay.
So I walk over there, I'm looking around the truck, and she's walking back up. She said, "If I need to testify, I'll testify. What's right's right, what's wrong's wrong." I was like, "Okay." And she goes, "Oh, I was looking for license plate." She goes, "Oh, they're on the dash." So I took a picture of the license plate on the dash. So there's no plates anywhere else on the truck. And as I was sitting there, the lady in the white car, she said, "Can I help you?" I'm like, "Is this yours? Or do you know whose this is?" "It's my husband's." "Why?" "So he hit my building." I said, "It's not a big deal. He just hit it. Just want to figure out what's going on." Well, let me back up. Right away, she said, he didn't do that. He's been here forever." "When did it happen?" I said, 10, 15 minutes ago. She just came in my office. "He's been here for a long time. That truck hasn't moved." So I called Weber and said, "Hey, somebody hit my vehicle or my office. They claim me."
Hey, Deborah, great to see you.
These are
Hope
just
you're doing well.
If I turn it into insurance, they're going to want me.
So after hearing that and knowing how this video ends, I think he made the right decision to call the police. Like he said, for insurance purposes, but especially because his wife is denying it. But to be fair, he isn't denying it, and they were negotiating the repair, but he was being vague about his details, and things started to go downhill when he learned the police had been called. So yeah, he definitely did the right thing by calling the police.
So he comes out right away. "Yep, sorry if I did it. I don't know if I did or didn't, but if I did it, I'll just fix it, take care of it." I'm like, "Oh, Dan Hahn, I just put it on a year ago. I'll have him come back over and figure out what it's going to take to patch it. It's not going to be horrible. There's a reason we put that break in there for reasons like this. If we can't, we got to cut it all out. It blends better." He was like, "Yep, no problem, whatever." And I said, "Hey, that's Zach." I said, "I just called the cops in case I turn into insurance. I need a police report." Yeah, and then you took over. He got belligerent right away.
So you didn't make no deal with him that he's going to pay for it?
I said I would have Han come look at it and we can figure out, because I gave him my number.
Okay.
I said, "We'll figure out what it's going to take to fix it." I said, "But I don't know." He goes, "I'll fix it." "I'm going to have Dan fix it." I said, "If you're going to fix it, you're going to pay to fix it, we're good, but I don't." And then you pulled in and then he got belligerent.
So he didn't identify himself to you yet either?
Well, he said his first name, but I didn't catch it. He kind of moved through it. But that's his wife. She identified herself to me as his wife. She said, "That's my husband's pickup." He said he just got it. He didn't deny doing it. He said, "I just got this, and it's a big old truck I'm not used to driving, I'm light of." I'm like, "Well, I have a picture of you against it." Hussein, what's the old cook from Fajitas, about this tall native guy?
And the sovereign citizen, he claims that he didn't know he hit the building, right? I'm gonna say BS on that. Like, if you're driving a car You should be able to tell if you've hit something. Like, really. You just made up an excuse to try and get away with a hit and run, in my opinion. Hey, Ravenwing, great to see you. Good morning, American Chad. Great to see you, and I hope you're doing well. I'm so happy I was able to make the live stream today, and it's great to have you here, Deborah. Always good to see you, my friend.
Big dude. You know him, guys. It's not Hussein.
Hazen.
Hazen.
Oh, Hazen Kevin.
His mom came over. She's the one who took the picture and saw it. She was, I was outside having a cigarette. I saw the whole thing.
Oh.
So
That's his wife that's in the
that's what she told me. That's my husband's truck.
in the driver's seat of the white car.
Yeah, she said that's my husband's truck.
I doubt he has the money to pay for the repairs. Oh, definitely he doesn't. I'm willing to bet 95% chance he doesn't have the money. I mean, how could he? Like, the majority of sovereign citizens are unemployed. Like, they study law on the internet, so I don't see this sovereign citizen having enough money to pay for the damages he caused.
Because she went inside to get it.
Yeah.
That's what she told me. He said his first name, but it mumbled through it.
I can understand him not wanting to identify himself to the cops because he's a sovereign citizen and they think they're above the law, but not wanting to give his name to this guy is very suspicious, unless, of course, you're driving around without insurance and your registration expired in 2022. Then this all makes complete sense.
I don't know. Do you have would it be under the plates that are on the windshield?
I don't know. I can check here. They're passively expired. Well, if he just bought it, they might not even be to him.
No, maybe not. Because I was walking around trying to get plates, so at least I had a picture in case it left.
Hey, Inquisitor Bacon, great to see you.
I don't know if
Wife's not gonna help.
I didn't figure so. Well, she's the one that told me.
already. To Joanne Stanley or something.
She's the one that told me there's no way he did it. That truck's been parked here for a month.
Or they get their knowledge from Chili de Castro. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me at all if there were sovereign citizens that were actually listening to his fake, made up advice. Because, pro tip, we're all smart enough here to know never ever listen to what Chili de Castro has to say, especially if he's trying to give you legal advice. I mean, you can listen to it, I mean, if you like jail, but I would highly advise against it.
Long time.
So,
Well, she just told me it hit it.
yeah.
And she's like, I don't want to create problems with her. She goes, right's right, wrong's wrong. If I need to testify, I'll testify. Watch the whole thing. I was outside having a smoke.
Yeah. So he hit it and then.
Backed over there and went in the restaurant.
Okay.
He's claiming he didn't know if he hit it or not. I didn't think he hit it, is what he told me.
Okay. So.
He got real nervous when your pickup pulled up.
I guess this is a still image from the surveillance video at the point where he backed into the building, but it's difficult to tell. But then again, he doesn't seem to be denying it at this point. The question is, did he leave the scene of an accident and does he have insurance? Anyway, now they go take pictures of the damage to his truck and question him further.
I don't believe I saw that, Cold Stone Wolf. I don't. Excuse me. Yeah, I did not see that. Boy, what? Why was his head going to explode?
So I said, I called him. I said, I didn't know if I could figure out whose truck it was or even if it was here at the time. So I figured just in case for insurance purposes, I needed a report.
That's true, Casey.
Orange right there.
Now, would you look at that? Damage you would expect to see and definitely feel if you backed your truck into a building.
Possibly checking the air in there because he goes down really, he overheats really fast.
I cranked the air when I turned it up.
He said he's really hot.
Marky was screaming and hollering so much his face was turning beetroot red because someone called him out on stream about his trifold of lies. I will have to check that out later. Sounds very entertaining, actually.
Step out. So Frank said you have. Did you drop something?
Yeah, my phone.
Here, I get it for you. So the statute that you need to identify yourself for is you hit the
Is
building.
that the law?
Yes.
Is that a statute? or
South
is that
Dakota
law?
State Codified Law.
It's a statute. It's not law.
It says codified law.
What sovereign writ that law?
Huh?
What sovereign writ
State of South
that
Dakota.
law? State of South Dakota is not sovereign.
I know, it's a state. That's where you're at.
No, I'm in a state of bliss. I'm in a state of being.
Okay.
I'm in a
Sir, the only state you're in right now is the state of delusion if you really think this sovereign citizen word salad is gonna work.
natural state.
All right. So,
I am not in the state of South Dakota. I am on
all right.
the land.
You can explain
you
that to the
call.
judge. All right.
Says the guy stood there on the land in a pair of handcuffs about to take a ride to jail. And you missed one of the most important states, that being the state of delusion you must be in to think you're going to be able to convince a cop or a judge that statutes and codes aren't law.
We were, in reference to the trifold, we were talking about Chili DeCastro and how apparently he had a meltdown the other day because somebody called him out on his trifold. Yeah, I've definitely noticed that, Ravenwing. Sovereign citizens are getting worse, and there are more popping up. Definitely. It's like it's like videos of sovereign citizens are becoming more and more popular, and more people are willing to try it out because they're gullible and really think it works. The sovereign citizen defense works, when we all know it's just utter nonsense that only leads you to jail. Hey, Enzo the God, great to see you.
I don't need to hear it. You can explain that to the judge.
Well, you guys are going to release me and stop wasting my time, or I'm going to charge you for my time.
Yep, we tried that once already. It didn't work so well, did it?
Oh, you think I tried that?
Yes, because I know who you are.
Oh, okay.
I almost felt second-hand embarrassment for him then. Almost. But the fact that this guy is threatening the police with his $1 million fee schedule when he knows it doesn't work, yet still wheels it out to intimidate should tell you everything you need to know about what sort of person this is.
Let's see how that goes.
You can identify yourself.
Or you guys can keep running your extortion racket, because I've worked out with that man that I will compensate any and all damages. And I don't need no third-party interlopers interfering into my affairs.
Because he said you didn't identify yourself.
I identified myself to him.
Not according to him.
Okay. then he can go to court and we'll have this conversation in court. But I have
Hey,
nothing to do
Adam.
with you two
Great to
clowns.
see you.
You're going to get a citation for leaving the scene of an accident.
Oh, I left while I was here the whole time?
Did you?
What was I
Did
not
you
here
go
the
in the
whole time?
Did you go in the building and tell him that you hit his building?
I didn't know I hit the building, sir.
Good. So now we're come out here and told you that you did.
Yeah, actually, someone else came in there and told me that I did, and then I
reported it.
And then I came running right out as soon as I was told that I hit someone's building, and I came out to see what was going on, and I told the man, hey, if it was me, I'm sorry, I fucked up. I will gladly fix it. What is it going to cost? I can fix it myself, or if you want to hire your guy to fix it, that's fine. I have no problem compensating damages of anything I've done wrong. I do have a problem with road pirates sitting here trying to extort me and waste my time.
Says the guy
pirates.
wasting everyone's time by spouting pseudo law and refusing to identify. Dude, I think it's obvious to everyone that the alleged victim who you go on to mock doesn't trust a word you say, so much so that he had to call the police. If the situation was how you described, then you wouldn't be in this situation.
That is a great question, Casey.
So what you want to do?
I'd love to be left alone to go about my day.
You're going to be left alone as soon as we get done with the crash report.
Then why are you wasting my time?
I'm not wasting your time. You're wasting my time because you won't give us your name so we can write it in the report and get this over with and get you on your way.
My name is none of your fucking business.
It is. It needs to go in the accident report. It needs to be given to the victim.
Okay, I'll go talk to the victim.
Show me the victim is the battle cry of every sovereign citizen, used on every traffic stop and during every court appearance. Yet when they actually create what they themselves define a victim, this is how they respond, proving, as if we needed to, that they do not give a damn about the law. It's about what they can get away with, and he knows it. And that's why when guys like this get backed into a corner, they resort to dishonesty and personal attacks.
No, you think only government can solve problems. Your daddy didn't teach you right. You didn't know that.
Same personic. Hey, Big Bork. Great to see you. And hey, Pro Sale Bay.
That your daddy never taught you that two men.
You know why? Because he's fucking dead. Yeah. Don't ever talk
and
about
while
my
he was
dad.
here, he didn't teach you right, did he? He
No,
didn't teach you
'cause
that
I
another
was
man.
one.
He didn't teach you that another man can go talk to another man and solve his problems. You don't need government
Did I
intervention.
learn that when I was 1 year old?
I don't know.
Exactly.
But it's brought you to what you are today.
No, it isn't.
Really?
So you can continue with him with his investigation, or you can go to jail. We don't really. It's
My
not
name
up
is
to
Good
us.
Citizen. Last chance. Last opportunity. What are you doing, man? Why are you being so rough with me? Oh, you're being so rude. Why are you throwing me around? Chill. I'll get in the car. Why don't you fucking relax? No, you just got to be a tough guy because you got me in handcuffs. You got that uniform on. The state gave you some title. You think you're king. I know. But why don't you calm the fuck down?
So now we learn that the truck's registration has been expired since 2022. But according to what he told the alleged victim, the driver only recently purchased the vehicle. So the title might not be in his name yet, but I'm not sure how all that works in South Dakota. But it doesn't look good, does it? And it might be the reason why he started to get so worried when he learned the police had been called.
So things off of that expired in 22. Okay.
I'm pretty sure that thing won't do it.
I don't know for sure.
Right, so I think that's where we'll end this one. The ride to jail is uneventful and ends before he gets booked into jail. No info on the outcome, but at least we now know what to expect if we ever get into an accident with a sovereign citizen, especially if that person needs to be chased down, offers to repair any damage, or they are vague when it comes to swapping important details. Trust your instinct like this alleged victim did, because this guy doesn't see anyone other than himself as a victim. Right, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, then
Another excellent video from Van Balian, the king of basically sovereign citizen debunction. Every subset that I have seen are have been of extremely questionable character. Oh, definitely, David, for sure. Just going through the chat room. All right. So, as I was getting ready for the stream this morning, a video came up on my timeline, and this is a sovereign citizen video that I haven't seen yet. And it's a sovereign citizen in court, and apparently he gets schooled by the judge. I've only seen a few minutes of it, but I think it's going to be a good video to watch on the channel. So let's bring this up, and this comes from Old Squishy Gardener. And I'll put a link to his channel
Profit.
in the chat room. Let's see. All right.
Mr. Martin?
I am the living man. It's been, I'm not a.
Oh boy, we're already off to a great start. 3 seconds in, I'm the living man. Hey, Jeff Brown, great to see you.
I am a living man, known by the name of that.
Sure. So listen, for purposes of communicating with you, I'm going to call you Mr. Martin. I can clearly see that you are a living man because you're talking. Most dead men don't talk. So,
there's a, you know, there's
Mr. Martin, this is case 231510OT, people of the city of Taylor versus Eric Martin. Today's the date and time set for your motion for return of moped and also a motion to dismiss the cases. This is your motion, sir. Go ahead.
Have you read the motion already?
Yeah, I've read the motion. I'm just asking you, are you standing on, are you just going to stand on the motion that you filed, which is fine, you can do that. I was giving you the opportunity to make oral argument if you wanted to.
Right. Well, just first I want to say on the so-called charge against me, I am entering a special appearance.
I can already tell we should have played Sovereign Citizen Bingo for this one. Oh boy. The living man and of course special appearance. Like, dude, you're in court. Your appearance isn't that special. You can. I love how they think these words have actual meaning. It's just so hilarious how delusional these sovereign citizens are to believe in this stuff. Hey, Just Jenny, great to see you.
Okay, that is in no way a general jurisdictional granting appearance.
Jurisdiction.
I challenge jurisdiction of this court. Their contract that I have knowingly, willingly, and voluntarily entered into with this court that grants any jurisdictional authority over me as a living man. If there's any such contract with the court, I demand the court present it. I also want to say I'm here by threat and duress. I'm not here willingly. You know, like I said, threat and duress, the normal. If you don't show up, arrest warrant, etc. Now in response to what to say about the motion. Yeah, and the reason, first I want to point out the reason I don't like using the word motion, because I know that's tradition. I use the word demand.
It is? Well, if that's the case, boy, Josh is going to be in for some trouble if he tries the sovereign citizen stuff with this judge. Because I can already tell this judge doesn't play.
And it's based on the Constitution,
Yeah, we
my
would
human
have.
rights. So how I've been taught in the law, these are the words that you use. If I use the word request motion, that's not right, because you request privileges, you demand rights. That's how I've been taught. So that's how I learned. So I just want to say that, I don't want you to take it personal or nothing like that. Hopefully, it just demanded my rights. But I want you thinking, hey, I'm the judge here, who are you to demand? But it's demanding rights. But anyway, so again, it's based on my right to private property, my due process, which is in the due.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to save this video and put it in a list for the next time we play bingo. Definitely. He is like hitting all the squares right now.
Process of the Michigan Constitution. No state law that they are trying to use, have wrote up about it, justified my Constitution. And to do is try to use state statutes, unconstitutional state statute law. But that doesn't justify my private property. Why it didn't justify depriving me of it then, and not continuing to deprive me of it now. I do not need to pay no money for it back from the towing place. And there's no injured party now in the case. I want to mention.
And of course, there's no injured party. He was demanded to have an in-person appearance tomorrow because of all the BS he played last time. Hopefully there's video of it tomorrow, because that appearance is going to be interesting, and I think there's probably a good chance if he tries this sovereign citizen BS, he'll be leaving with a pair of silver bracelets.
That too. So the plaintiff has no standing against these so-called criminal charges. There's no standing because there's no injured party. And I have a U.S. Supreme Court case on that, so I'll move to dismiss the case on that. Standing is a necessary, this is word for word U.S. Supreme Court case called Ramies versus Bird. Standing is a necessary component of subject matter jurisdiction. Then we go to another case. The requirement of standing, however, is a core component derived directly from the Constitution. A plaintiff must allege personal injury barely traceable to the defendant's allegedly unlawful conduct. I can't think of nothing else to say now. I reserve anything else to say, though, if anyone else has something to say. If there's any dispute that it's not my private property, I'd like to hear that. And that's it for now.
All right, Mr. Greco.
Yes, addressing each of the requests here, which I believe are a motion to dismiss the charges and the return of property or wrongfully impounded moped. Your Honor, the defendant has been charged with driving while license suspended, revoked, or denied upon information and belief. And looking at the record, it looks like it's revoked. He was operating a moped June 11th, 2023 in the city of Taylor.
You got it wrong, Mr. Prosecutor. He wasn't operating a moped. He was traveling it.
When he was pulled over by the officer, he was unable to produce a license that he had, or if you are under a certain age, but up to a certain age, I believe it's 15 or above, you can get, if you don't have a driver's license, a special moped driving permit. But the charge is appropriate, and therefore the motion to dismiss with respect to the charge should be denied. Number two, with respect to the impound, here we have a driver who's not able to operate what is classified as a motor vehicle under the motor vehicle code, this moped, and is being It's on the side of the road. We can't keep it there. He can't take it. He can't drive it. For safekeeping more than anything else, it gets impounded. At that point in time, Mr. Martin is able to go get the moped if he wants. Yes, he has to pay for it because it has to get taken into custody because we can't just leave it on the side of the road. So we request that the motions be denied in their entirety.
I have something to say in response to that.
Sure.
I wasn't required to have any license, as I pointed out in my demand for dismissal of the case, because as the federal statute I've mentioned,
Just gonna take a guess here. He's gonna argue that he doesn't need a license because he wasn't driving in commerce.
Well, first let me mention the state statute. It defines a motor vehicle as one just mechanically drawn. The Michigan state statute is unconstitutional, and the definition is not complete because as the federal statute I cited, made by Congress, 18 U.S. 31 subsection 6 and 10, makes it clear the definition of motor vehicle by the federal statute is one mechanically drawn and used to passenger property for profit, which I was not doing. They do not have evidence that I was doing that. Because as the U.S. Supreme Court said in the cases I cited, that the people have a right to travel. This is a long recognized right. Constitutional under the Due Process Clause, the right to life, liberty, or property. That's one of the liberties we are entitled to. A right, not a privilege we need to request the DMV for.
I've said this so many times, but yes, you do have the right to travel. However, operating a motor vehicle requires you to have a driver's license in all 50 states. It's like repeating myself and basically yelling into the abyss at this point because sovereign citizens will never understand that. The right to travel means you can cross from state to state. But when you're driving, you need a driver's license. It's really that simple. Maybe the cops should start leaving mopeds, cars, etc. on the side of the road. See how they like it when it's in a chop shop instead of a secure tow yard. I unfortunately live right by this guy. Boy, it's like they use the same arguments. Don't they watch each other's videos and realize at some point this stuff never works?
Lawsuit because of this. So cops stop relying on this and people stop being harassed our right to travel. No state shall convert a liberty into a privilege, license it, and charge a fee therefore. Murdoch versus Pennsylvania, I rely in this case also, but this is what's going on with the state statute. See, they're assuming everyone's driving a motor vehicle or not. See, there's a difference between a motor vehicle, which is just one used commercially for profit, such as a DoorDash driver, a taxi driver. That's when you're technically driving a motor vehicle. When you're not doing it for profit, which is what I was doing, going to Walmart or Joyride, whatever I want to do, go to work, that's not for profit. That is what's called traveling. And this is terminology from the Supreme Court themselves, along with other law mentioned. It's called traveling in my private property. One of the legalese tricks, whoever excuse my terminology, whoever the scumbags was that made this stuff, because I think it was intentional. It's an intentional evil plan with this, so the average person don't know what's going on. It's a shame. Sum it up, I'm all within my right to travel. It's stealing my personal property. The state statute cannot justify stealing my private property. Finally, Greco did not respond and therefore waived his response to my no injured.
Thank you, Casey, for the 10 gifted memberships. I appreciate it, my friend, and thank you very much. Welcome to all the new members. Hey, Elweed Skador. Good to see you as well.
Party defense. That'll be it now. With I reserve my time back to anything he may say that I haven't said already.
I've heard from both parties. Mr. Greco, was there anything further?
No.
So, Mr. Martin, through your oral argument and written briefs, you've raised a couple of issues. So let me address those seemingly in the order in which you raised them. Now, you argue that this court lacks jurisdiction over you. The question of whether a court has personal jurisdiction over a party is a question of law. And that can be stated in Poindexter versus Poindexter, and that's 234 Mishap 316, 1999. Typically, a plaintiff bears the burden of establishing jurisdiction over a defendant. However, a plaintiff here, the prosecution, only needs to make a prima facie showing of jurisdiction in order to defeat any motion to dismiss.
I love when they call it a conveyance instead of a car, like that somehow changes something. It's all just delusional sovereign citizen word salad. It has no meaning, it makes no difference. It's like these sovereign citizens treat these words as magical spells, and for some reason they still haven't realized it's not magical and none of it works. Hey, Yanacita, great to see you. Hope you're doing well, my friend.
Based on a motion to dismiss for lack of jurisdiction. Before a court can obligate a party to comply with its orders or proceed to trial or do any of these proceedings, the court must have personal jurisdiction over a party. I think we all agree that that's true. Jurisdiction over a person may be established a couple of ways: by way of general personal jurisdiction or specific or limited personal jurisdiction. So exercise of general jurisdiction is possible anytime that the defendant comes in contact with the forum state or the forum city or the forum body of government in such a way that the nature and quality are to enable a court to adjudicate any action against the defendant, even when the claim at issue does not arise out of contracts with the forum. Here, basically, it states that the existence of any of the following relationships between an individual and the state shall constitute a sufficient basis of jurisdiction to enable the courts of record of the state to exercise general personal jurisdiction over the individual or his representative, and to enable such courts to render personal judgments against the individual or representative. They point to three things specifically that I want to raise. One, presence in the governmental unit or city at the time when process is served, domicile in the city, and consent. In the present case, Mr. Martin was physically within the boundaries of the city of Taylor at the time of the alleged criminal activity, when he was served with the ticket. Second, Mr. Martin is also domiciled in the city of Taylor, which means he lives in the city of Taylor. The city of Taylor has ordinances regarding basically everything that the state does, and one of those is that you have to drive with a license. So I do find that there is personal jurisdiction over you. You availed yourself of the use of the streets here in Taylor. You live in Taylor and you were served in Taylor. Therefore, you fall under the jurisdiction of the Taylor Court here, which is the 23rd District Court. As for...
I love this judge. He is just debunking every argument the sovereign citizen made. This judge is awesome.
Standing. Standing is a legal term which basically determines whether a party can bring a lawsuit or has a right to do so. Standing is not about the issues. It's about who is bringing the lawsuit and whether they have a legal right to sue. So if you are suing your government, if you have no damage, if you have no harm done to you, why are you bringing a lawsuit? Here, this isn't about harm. This isn't about...
That's true, Neff. The guy has no idea what the judge is talking about. Exactly. To him, it's like the judge is using too many big words for him to understand.
A civil suit. This isn't for some violation of rights. This isn't a claim for money damages because you weren't allowed to live where you want to live or marry who you want to marry or some other form of federal type of a situation that's a constitutional based or a tort based thing. This is a governmental unit doing their job under the Constitution to enforce the laws of their cities and states. The standing that they have is that they can show by preponderance of the evidence, they can show that there is probable cause that you committed, that there was a crime committed and that you committed the crime in the city of Taylor. That's all they need for standing. That's all they need is that, and along with personal jurisdiction. We've already established that there's personal jurisdiction. So as to your standing argument, there is no standing argument. As for abandoning the vehicle or impounding the vehicle, under Michigan Cloud Law 257.252A about abandoned vehicles, it specifically states a person shall not abandon a vehicle in this state. So if you are arrested or you are using something as the instrumentality for committing a crime, you have a right to a trial, but that evidence has to be preserved and they can't just leave vehicles laying around on the side of the road. It's for the protection of the evidence, and it's also for a protection for you because you can't just leave it on the side of the road because I know it's hard to steal a car.
Nope, this sovereign citizen argument does not work. I have never seen the sovereign citizen argument work before. And I doubt I ever will because their argument is just complete nonsense. Nonsense and word salad used to try and confuse the court. But it doesn't work.
But if a moped, someone could just pull up, throw it in the back of their pickup truck, and now you're without a moped. Then you might have a lawsuit against the city for not doing their job of having it impounded and protecting your vehicle, protecting your moped. That's why it's taken. Your moped is in safekeeping, and that's what they're supposed to do. So under the abandoned vehicle statute, they do have a right to do that when there's a crime committed. So now that brings us to our last point about the fact that you think that there's an underlying reason why this should just be dismissed outright. Just a general dismissal because you have a right to travel. You do have a right to travel. Matter of fact, the right to travel is a fundamental right. And we can freely use the roads, since why? Well, they're funded by tax dollars. However, the privilege to drive a vehicle can be conditionally granted even, based upon being licensed, based on following the laws that are set forth by the government. Driving is a privilege that a state can prohibit if they consider it. You do not have a constitutional right to drive a vehicle. You have a right, you can walk your happy self all over the state. You can Forrest Gump that thing all the way from one end of the country to the other.
You can Forrest Gump yourself from one end to the country to the other. This judge is freaking excellent.
You can go ahead and jog your way back and then back again. You can't drive a vehicle if you don't have a license. I'm going to go to Florida. I'll give you a free, how about if I am, let's just say a hypothetical, I'm going to give you a free trip to Florida, Mr. Martin. All expense paid, and there's no air fees because I have a private jet, but I'm the pilot. You going to fly with me? I've never even taken a class about flying a plane. Don't even have a pilot's license. But you know what? I got a right to travel. I'll fly a plane if I want to. Does that make any sense? No. Why? Because planes can crash and kill people. Planes can crash and kill people. Cars can kill people. We want to make sure people are licensed to drive vehicles. Why? Because you're interacting with other vehicles that weigh thousands of pounds that are moving at rates of speed 30 miles an hour and higher. There's literally a National Traffic Safety Administration. Why? Because it's a dangerous situation. Yes, we need it, and yes, it's necessary. But because of that, the driving privilege can be revoked. The right to drive a motor vehicle can be revoked. The right to have, trust me, I'm the most firm believer in the right to keep and bear arms. But if you're not mentally in the right state of mind, or if there's some sort of reason why everyone has agreed that, you know what, this guy should not be having any weapons. He's threatening to kill himself. You know what, for his own safety, let's get the weapons out of his hand. Now, the reason we have weapons, it isn't so we can go hunting, it's so we can protect ourselves against the usurpation by our despotic government of any of our rights. I get that, I understand that. But at the same time, I'm not gonna fly in a plane with a pilot who's never even taken a class.
Definitely, George. Every judge needs to repeat this speech every day to these sovereign citizens. I agree. Like, this judge should get some type of award for how he's dealing with this guy, because this is absolutely awesome. Like, this is one of the best sovereign citizen court hearings that I have ever seen.
Doesn't have a license, and that's why driving is a privilege. It's based on the character and nature of the activity. Yes, you can travel, you can ride a bike, you can pedal yourself around, you can walk anywhere you want to. You don't need to show your papers when you go from Michigan down to Ohio. Your papers, please. This isn't Russia, but you can't drive if you don't have a license. And so, based on all of those things, based on the oral arguments that were presented today, by both sides, based on the written briefs and answers to the same.
Hey, Slide 100. Hi, everyone. Just wanted to say hi because I won't be chatting. I'm sick, so I might fall asleep. Well, I hope you feel better soon, Slide. It's good to see you, and get well soon, my friend.
I am denying your motion to dismiss, and I am denying your motion for the return of the moped. So this case is going to be set for a pretrial. Since we're here, we're going to do an arraignment on the underlying charge. Mr. Martin, would you like a court-appointed attorney, sir?
I will not be accepting no court-appointed attorneys, as I will not be, they can fraudulently assume I'm under the jurisdiction of the court. I invoke my right to be acknowledged as a sovereign, one of the sovereign people, as the U.S. Supreme Court said I have a right to do. Invoke my rights under the Republican form of government, Article 4, Section 4. So I won't be accepting no attorney.
Okay. So you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can and will be used against you at trial. Like I stated, you also have the right to an attorney. And at any point, if you'd like the assistance of an attorney, please don't hesitate to ask the court, and I will grant the same. It is alleged that on July the 11th of 2023, that you violated City Ordinance 3200B, which is commonly known and referred to as driving on a license that has been revoked. That's a misdemeanor punishable by 93 days in jail and or up to $500 in fines. As to that charge, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
I'm not here to plead because I do not acknowledge myself as no defendant. That's fraud.
All right, he just said that he's not there to enter a plea. The judge now should just mute his microphone and enter a not guilty plea on his behalf, because that's the judge's right. He can do that. If someone isn't willing to enter a plea, the judge can enter a not guilty plea on that person's behalf. In this sovereign citizen, he thinks in his mind by not entering a plea, the charges are just going to magically go away and the case is going to get thrown out.
Fraudulent. I'm not a legal fiction.
Did I find you did I recognize you as standing mute as to the charge, and I'll enter a plea of not guilty?
Okay,
and we're going to set this.
So
we're not. Okay.
Have you entered a legal determination that I am not guilty of the charges?
Nope, I've just put in a plea right now at this time of not guilty, and we'll set this for a trial. The adjudication of your constitutional right to have a trial by judge or by jury, that will determine beyond a reasonable doubt if it's proven whether you're guilty or not guilty, pursuant to the Constitution.
Okay. I still have some things to say in response to what you said today. Yeah, so I have some responses in response to what you said today, such as, is it okay if I say it now?
Your response to
what you said today, after we made the argument with some things, I still have some things to say in response to that.
You're saying you would like to make a response to the ruling I made with regard to your two motions?
Yeah.
There's no response to be made to it. I mean, if you'd like to make a record, you're more than welcome to file any motions that you'd like under the court rules. But that was merely my ruling as to two motions that were in front of me: the motion for return of the moped and the motion to dismiss. So, Mr. Greco, if you would put that in order.
I object to it, and I have some more to say about that, and that is,
Well, what I'm saying, sir, hang on, because, and I'm not trying to cut you off. I'm trying to protect your constitutional rights. Because anything you say can and will be used against you. I just wanted you to be aware of that. Okay.
I got
So
you.
what I'm saying is, I'm not gonna change the ruling today.
Thank you, Erica, for being a member now for 3 months. 3 months sure does fly by. Glad to be here. And it's always great to have you here, my friend. Thank you for supporting the channel.
If you want to file a motion for reconsideration, you can do that. You have the right to do that under the court rules.
Now, I might not remember everything because you said a lot of different things, and it might be hard to remember everything and respond, but I still got some things memorized I want to say now, so I want to say them. That is,
You do also, and like I said, at any time, if you'd like a court-appointed attorney, I can give you a court-appointed attorney.
Hey, Liz D, great to see you. Hope you're doing well, my friend.
You could also order a copy of the transcripts, so that way you don't have to remind. That way you don't have to remind yourself of anything. You can just, everything that was stated is already on the transcripts.
that is, and they try to charge money again. Again, it's a big monetary thing. You know, it's trying to turn rights into privileges, charging money,
Well,
and I don't have money for that.
It's not about charging money. When I go to the store, I don't just get to walk out with bread. I mean, I got to pay for the bread because somebody made the bread. So
Hey, Damien.
somebody has to type a transcript. So, well, this is also on YouTube. So for all my YouTube watchers out there, hey, how you doing? God bless America. You can also watch a copy of YouTube. It's supposed to be deleted by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, but God knows it won't be because it's my cases. So you'll be able to watch it probably for as long as you ever want to. So you can see it again.
This judge is great. Just absolutely shutting down this sovereign citizen, not being entertained by anything he has to say. Craig Jonick, thank you for being a member now for 5 months. Love your lives and your videos. Keep up the great work. Thank you, my friend, and thank you for supporting the channel. I appreciate it. And thank you to Ravenwing for being a member now for 17 months. That is incredible. Thank you for the stream, Mark. Love the channel. And thank you. Thank you very much for your continued support. I think you were one of my first members when I started the membership program. And welcome to Colt Stonewolf, who just became a member. Welcome, my friend, and thank you for supporting the channel.
Make sure I check it out. But anyways, I still want to finish. Let me finish what I have to say. Let me respond to what else you said. Now, you mentioned we have a right to travel, but we don't have a right to drive a motor vehicle. Okay, now, on that terminology, even travel by right and drive a motor vehicle is not the same. And I can be controlling my moped. Okay, I can be controlling a motorcycle or car by right. It's not if I only walk. Or didn't say that. Traveling by right means as long as I am not carrying passengers or property for profit. I'm doing my private vehicle, which what I was doing. I wasn't working for DoorDash. There's no evidence. I wasn't working as a taxi driver doing nothing else. I was therefore traveling by right. If I was in a car, same thing. If I am not carrying passenger property for profit, I am
incorrect.
Agreed.
You're incorrect. I'm just telling you, you're incorrect. You're incorrect. I've taught constitutional law for almost 20 years. You're incorrect. You don't have a right. You do not have a right to travel by any means you choose. So that's the place I'm going to go buy myself a helicopter. I'm going to fly to work every day. No license, helicopter, and then I'll just call myself a Uber helicopter. I'm sure everybody would like to show up at the parties in a helicopter. You can't do it. You have to have a license to drive because it's a dangerous activity. You can walk anywhere you want to. You do. I agree. You have a right to travel, but it's not by any means you choose.
Obviously, the right to travel means it doesn't matter how human cannot dictate, "Hey, you can't."
Sir, I have other cases to get to. So I'm not trying to cut you off, but if you want to file a motion for reconsideration, you're more than welcome to do so.
Yeah, I can't believe it's already been a year since we lost King Leo. He was a great friend and is greatly missed.
You are coming so much short because I still want to talk. I have the First Amendment right to speak, and I continue.
You do have a First Amendment, again, there you go again. A First Amendment right. A First Amendment right to speak doesn't mean you have a First Amendment right to speak. It means that you have a First Amendment right not to have the government interfere with your right to speak. That means that if you want to go stand in someone's sidewalk and give a speech or hold a sign, you can do that. The government can't stop you from doing that. But if you want to walk around naked, the government can stop you from doing that, even if you call it free speech. Why? Because it's indecent.
Well,
there's rules to everything. Everyone says, well, I have a right to say what I want to. No, you don't. Not in a private situation. So, like, if you're at someone's house and you're talking about whatever, there's like, hey, stop that, and you're like, well, I have a right to say what I want to. No, you don't. Not against private citizens. So everyone just misuses and throws that word out so quick that they don't even know what they're talking about. It's kind of like right to travel. But anyway, if you have a motion for reconsideration, the court will review that and set that for a hearing. But I've made my determination today with regard to your motions. Okay.
Well, I'm also going to make, because you made your determination, which is unfair, unconstitutional, I'm going to make a motion to disqualify you, which I then, therefore, if you're going to deny.
Of course, this idiot's gonna make a motion to try and disqualify the judge, which isn't gonna work. If I follow this dude's logic, we can travel by whatever method we choose. Can I force a saddle onto him and make him give me a horsey ride whenever I want to travel? That would be hilarious, Casey.
That you, I request you send it to the state court administrative office that you're supposed to do under the court rule. If you showed your bias by denying my rights, which you also uphold, such as denying my right to travel, my right to my private property by using the state can make money off me and use their state statutes to my constitutional rights. I don't think so. That's not true. And they cannot charge money for my private property. No state law, you should know that. They cannot use that as a reason to violate my constitutional rights and charge money for my private property. No, that is criminal stealing, larceny. It's violating my constitutional rights. You're supposed to be upholding my rights as you took also, not violating it, working, conspiring with the state, making money, and that's all it is. It's like a eco thing going on. You prosecute office.
All right, so
like at this point, the hearing is basically done. So what the judge should do is this guy's just rambling. Just disconnect him from the Zoom call.
All right, sir. So you made the same argument several times, and I do note that for the record. Your objections are noted, but then again, so my response to that is I'm not changing my ruling with regard to the motion to dismiss or the motion for return of the moped. There are other options that you have available. If you think you need to file a motion to disqualify, please file the motion and we'll set it for a hearing. I make sure that everybody follows the same rules and how things go. And just because someone gets ruled against at a motion hearing, we don't just keep talking about it until the judge changes his mind. That's not how it works. There's procedures in place, and I'm just making sure that all of your constitutional rights are been afforded to you. So you have several options of how you can proceed, but right now this case has already been heard and decided, and we're going to be moving. The court's going to be moving on to other cases that need to be taken care of.
Thing is, okay, I'm going to correct you. That's not totally correct what you said. It ain't just I just keep talking and not repeating myself. When you say things, you're saying something new that I haven't had a chance to say or respond to before you say it.
There isn't a response, sir. It's my ruling. It's not a response. There's no response necessary.
That's my due process right to respond. What do you mean?
No, your due process is the fact that you had the right to come in here. Due process is affording someone both opportunity to be heard and the venue to be heard. Here we are in the court. I allowed you to come in. We're here by Zoom. You had the right to file all your paperwork. All your paperwork was handwritten. And you know what? I accepted all of it. Why? Because that's part of due process. I gave you the benefit of the doubt of being someone who's in pro per. That's fine. Not a problem. I heard your motion. I allowed you to make oral argument on your motion. I afforded due process to Mr. Greco, where I allowed him to make a response on the record. I asked you right in the beginning, would you like to, is there anything you wanted to say for oral argument, or did you just want to stand on the brief that you filed? And you went ahead and made oral argument. That's allowing you due process. This is all everybody playing the game. This is everybody doing their part and having the opportunity to play the game. And that's what I afforded every single individual. I take offense if there's to any comment that you state that I'm trying to railroad you or any kind of thing, because you know what? The Constitution is the most important thing to me. The Constitution is what gives every one of us freedom. Constitution is when I get woke up in the middle of the night to sign a search warrant. God bless them. God bless them. Thank you for waking me up in the middle of the night to sign a search warrant. You want to know why? Because that's the Constitution breathing. That's the Constitution doing what a bunch of guys back hundreds of years ago said, you know what? This is what freedom is about. So you know what? I take offense to anything like that. So if you'd like to file a motion for disqualification or for reconsideration, please do so. But at this point, your case has been heard. A decision has been made. Thank you, Mr. Martin, and have a good day, sir.
But, well, okay, again, you did.
Just hang up on him already. Like, this sovereign citizen's gonna have a response to everything the judge says. The hearing's over. Disconnect him from the call.
Allow me some time to.
Mr. Fanto.
That was excellent. Boy, that was perfectly handled by the judge. Boy, what? I definitely need to save that video and do a video about this court hearing. This judge should handle all SOPSA cases. I agree, Neff. For sure. The way he handled that was perfect. Hey, Lurker One. Great to see you. Alright, so this next video is a body cam video, and it's titled, let's see, Man tells police to tase him, they do. And this comes from the channel Ones of Laws Police Body Cam Videos. And I will put a link to their channel in the chat room. And be sure to go subscribe, by the way, to Old Squishy Gardener. That channel posts a lot of great court hearings. A few of them have sovereign citizens in them, but a lot of entertaining court procedures in hearings.
On June 4th, 2023, in Marshfield, Wisconsin, officers were...
Hey, Binary, great to see you. As always, my friend. Hope you were doing well. Morning, Mark. I'm at work, but listening in. Always good to see you, my friend. Yep, I remember the catnat. She was a great person, and she's also missed. We lost a lot of great people within the community.
Were dispatched to a local Walmart to conduct a welfare check. A report had been received regarding a male on the premises holding a cardboard sign, and when approached and asked to depart, he became argumentative with the staff.
We're all looking.
Trying to get a job.
Yeah, what's your sign say?
Please help. We'll work. Good. God bless.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get a lawn mowing job, I hope.
Trying to get a lawn mowing job?
Yep. I worked over there at, what's that one? Solutions.
Okay.
I got a job there last year.
Okay.
So I was working there last year, but he didn't hire me back.
Didn't hire you back?
No, I mean,
only 10 kinds of people that understand binary and those that don't. Let's see, just going through the chat room. Just noticed 9.8888K followers, getting close there, Mark. Yep, we are. Let me bring it up. Let me bring up the official number. Currently, we are at 9,891 subscribers, so we are getting super close to that 10K. So be sure to share the channel with your family, friends, and anyone really. Let's help get the to 10K, hopefully by the end of the year. How much you want to bet that Softset will cry that the judge took away his First Amendment right by clicking him off the Zoom call? Oh, he's the type of person that Softset will complain about anything. So I can see him definitely complaining about being kicked off the call and having his First Amendment rights violated, even though they weren't violated at all.
I could go back probably, and work for him a little bit, but it was hard getting a ride because I don't drive.
Okay.
And it's just hard getting a job when you don't have a car.
Yep.
I got seizures, so I don't drive.
Okay.
It's hard just not having a car,
I can understand that.
And I have a job. I mean, I usually work for my landlord. I live in Loyal. I have a place. I'm perfectly cool.
Sure.
So
how do you make it all the way to Marshfield?
I make it in Marshfield. Just today I made it because a guy gave me a ride.
Okay.
He picked me up.
Okay. Wouldn't it probably be easier to find something in Loyal?
No, there's nothing in Loyal.
There's nothing in Loyal? So you would have to get a ride back and forth from Loyal to...
That's what I do, but I don't do it every day, sir.
Okay.
I'm just out here just today.
Okay.
I'm not out here every day.
Okay. Well, what we're running into right now is Walmart came and asked you...
Yeah, they came and asked me, but this is Walmart parking lot. This is state property, and this is state property.
It's not.
Yeah, it is, because this is actually a state road. It's not Walmart parking lot. Everything that's Walmart parking lot is X'd off and crossed off. This sign is actually state property because it's paid for by the Department of Transportation, and the concrete I'm sitting on is paid for by the Department of Transportation. Okay. And I can't stand. I can't stand because I broke my ankle. I'll show you.
This is a parking lot. That's the roadway.
I know, but this right here is the roadway.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's
right
not.
there. Look, the cars are traveling on the roadway.
Dude, you're trespassing at a Walmart parking lot. Like, just go somewhere else. It's not that big of a deal. You're in the Walmart parking lot. They don't want you there. So just go somewhere else. And it's Walmart's right to kick you off their property. Yeah, you got to put the @ sign before someone's name to respond to their comments.
I've dealt with you before over by McDonald's quite often, and it's always the same thing with you.
McDonald's either. McDonald's is a public property.
Okay,
Look at my ankles off.
I'm saying I've had talks with you before, sir, and it's always the same thing with you. You get confrontational with everybody.
That's because I know the law. It's not because I'm being confrontational.
Yes,
it's
you
because
are, right
I'm
away.
explaining the law to you.
Aren't you on probation too?
Yeah.
Yeah, this here, I know what you think.
I do more than think. This is Department of Motor Vehicles.
It's
a parking lot.
No, it is not. This is the parking lot.
Oh man.
Okay, so Target has stop signs at their exits too?
Target is not as good as Walmart, and I'm trying to get a job.
Part of the street?
Stop sign right down there by the pickup. It's not.
Yep.
It's not
Department of Motor Vehicles,
Do
Transportation. Yes, it is.
Do you see a stop
Walmart
sign?
didn't pay for that sign. The state did.
Do you see a stop sign?
The state paid for that stop sign because it's a motor vehicle transportation.
So you know all these laws, but you can't get a job.
Yeah.
Who's your probation agent?
And he knows I do this.
What's your name?
Joseph. And he knows I do this.
I'm sure he doesn't know you
He
talk
knows I
like
do
this.
this.
He doesn't know you
He
talk
knows
like.
I do this.
He doesn't think you talk like this to officers, does he?
You're trying to tell me I don't know the law.
Because you don't.
I'm gonna be calling off hours about you, how you're acting.
I don't care. I'm not on any drugs or alcohol.
It's the attitude.
No, it's not no attitude.
And
he knows me because I'm an
already,
8-time felon.
look at how you're
I live
talking.
with killers.
True,
And last time I
Casey.
talked to you,
Yeah,
you started off like this.
You harassed me
and
again.
then you're apologizing because you had attitude.
And then you harassed me again. I got schizophrenia. Why you?
That doesn't give you an excuse to yell at people.
It's like I'll never understand why people think that stores, like Walmart, Target, grocery stores, for some reason in people's mind, they think all of that is public property when it really isn't. It's private property open to the public, and when an employee or owner asks you to leave their property, you have to leave. It's that simple. Walmart has the best retail security systems yet.
No, I told them that this is their parking lot. This is Department of Motor Vehicle Transportation by the state of Wisconsin.
You're misunderstanding.
This is on state of Wisconsin
You're
too.
misunderstanding that, Joseph.
No, I'm not. I know my law.
You have a house. Then why are you sitting here acting like
Because
you
I'm
are?
trying to get a job.
It's called.
Hey, Lindy Pindy, great to see you. Hope you're doing well.
I got a couple jobs last year.
We'll write you a loitering ticket and I'll call probation then, okay?
Go ahead. Hey, if you file that loitering ticket, you know I'm going to fight it because I'm not loitering.
You are.
No, I'm not.
Okay, do you have a phone?
I'm a customer.
Do you have a phone? You're not a customer.
No, my phone.
Yeah, him and Jeremiah are definitely similar, in my opinion.
Phone was just stolen.
They asked you to leave?
No, they asked me to leave the property for that, not for leaving as a customer. They didn't trespass me.
We are trying to explain to you.
No, you're not explaining shit. You're not trying to tell me what to do.
You're not listening.
And I was in the infantry, bro. I was going to be a cop, and I was going to do the same shit you did every day.
Okay.
And I was going to be a hell of a lot more respectful about it.
Okay.
I know the law. It's a traffic ordinance.
Ah, yes, the famous words, I know the law, says someone who clearly doesn't know the law. Because if you knew the law, you would know that you're basically trespassing right now, and the owner and property of the property wants you to leave. So no, you don't know the law.
Somebody runs it. Does Walmart write the ticket, or do you write the ticket?
To be honest, we can't enforce these stop signs.
Well, you're supposed to.
We can't.
Well,
Oh, I get it now. He knows his law, not the real world laws that exist outside his fairyland, inside his cranium. It's true though, Casey. It's like they always brag how they know the law, when in reality they have no clue what the law is at all.
You should. You're harassing me.
I am not harassing you. We
Yes,
got
you are.
we got a call up here, and you were asked to leave, but you didn't. You gave me attitude.
And that guy's even worse because he won't sit there and acknowledge.
What's that?
He won't sit there and acknowledge.
You're not acknowledging.
No, I'm not wrong. Because if
You
I'm
are.
wrong, you'd have me in cuffs and you'd have me gone. I'm not wrong. I was going to be a cop.
Why would we
I
have
know
you?
all the laws.
Why would
I
we?
studied them.
Why would you even be in cuffs?
Because I'd be breaking the law if I was breaking the law.
What do you mean? Should I call and ask them if they want you trespassed, and as soon as you're trespassed and you don't leave, then we'll arrest you?
You can't arrest me. I'm not on their property.
I can.
No, you can't.
Okay, I'll call and ask if they want you trespassed.
And I'll make sure that when I sue you, I'll get all your money.
Okay.
Hi, we're out with an individual in front of a Walmart that's on probation that's giving us kind of a little lip service here.
Officers spoke with the employee complainant and confirmed that they wished for Joseph to be trespassed from the property if he did not leave voluntarily. The information was passed on to probation and parole, and a probation hold was placed on Joseph.
All right, this is going to be your last opportunity.
No,
They want you trespassed.
Good.
Which means you have
I'm not on their property.
You are on their property.
No, I'm not.
If you refuse to leave right now,
Hey, if you touch me, I swear to God, I'll protect myself.
You're going to get arrested.
I swear to God, I'll protect myself.
He says he's gonna defend himself.
Yeah, he said he's going to defend himself if we try to arrest him. So if anything comes more of this, we'll call you back. Joseph, probation put a hold on you, okay? You stand up.
They put a hold on me?
Yep.
All right.
Just put out your cigarette, please.
Ooh.
No, please.
No. I said don't touch me. I said don't touch me, fucker. Come on. Yeah. Tase me. Yeah.
You're under arrest.
Motherfucker, tase me. I said that.
Okay.
Do that. Yeah, motherfucker. That's my get off.
Okay.
Come back. I said don't touch me. Ow, you motherfucker. Ow.
You're under arrest. Joseph, put your arms on your back.
Ah. Ah. Ah.
Advisor Marshal Taser deployment.
Ah.
Take care, Dixo, and have a great day, my friend.
Okay.
You okay?
That would have been
Are you
too
bleeding?
simple, Anacita.
He's bleeding. Got any weapons?
All right, Marshall, if you want to dispatch an ambulance.
Do you have any weapons?
No hablo inglés.
What was that?
No hablo inglés.
I couldn't hear you.
No hablo inglés.
Are you bring pliers?
No hablo inglés.
No English? I'm gonna search him quick. Right. Joseph, you had every opportunity, man. Oh, there's some drugs.
Sure.
They were just gonna write you some tickets, dude.
Yeah, well,
No, it's not gonna.
you sat there and talked to my PO for 9 hours.
It was a 5-minute phone call.
No, it was 9 hours.
Joseph, what's in
I'm
that
suing you
pocket?
guys. I'm suing you. You guys attacked me on public property. That first taser didn't work, did it?
Well, you were moving around so much.
You, I could fight them off.
Can I get you up at least?
No,
Why?
you're gonna have to carry me. My ankle hurts.
Okay.
I need an ambulance.
Take care, Erica. Have a great day, my friend.
My ankle hurts. I twisted my ankle in the struggle. I broke my ankle in February.
You know why you're trying to fight us?
Because you guys scared me.
Okay.
Sorry, internet light.
No, that's
You
all
guys
right.
said you were fine.
He's got a bag of dope behind me and then a bong.
It ain't dope, it's marijuana.
And that's
Sorry, it's not dope.
cartridges. You sit on your butt?
No, I can't move. My ankle hurts.
Can we help you sit on your
I got a
butt?
broken back and I fell over and hurt my back also.
Well, you're moving pretty good, swinging
No,
at
I'm
us.
not.
You're swinging at
I wasn't swinging. I'm trying to block you from shooting me.
Oh, before I even brought it out, you were swinging at.
No, you guys attacked me on public property.
We told you you were under arrest for a probation hold. Yes, we did. Okay, let's get you sitting up.
I can't.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
It's a taser deployment, so we just need you guys.
He says he can't move or get up. Okay, we gotta get you on your butt. What's his name? Joseph.
All right, it's not gonna be pleasant, okay? I just gotta yank it out, all right?
Come out. Out.
Did you guys search them?
Yeah, that's where we got the bag and the pipe.
Okay, so you got them all in parts, yeah.
Or just twice, right?
Yeah. Because the first one he was flailing, trying to hit and one missed him as he's moving. As soon as he told me I'm under arrest, he's like, if you're not going to arrest me in a fist, I'm going to defend myself. And then he gets up and starts swinging. Came close to hitting him.
All right, we're gonna roll you over.
Exactly, David.
Can't bend your
You
left.
guys are going to have to pick me up.
Yeah, we'll just wait until the
Thank you.
You're in a boot. You can walk on a boot.
No, I just had. I'm not supposed to be walking on Dr. Tabas police there. Ow.
All right.
C-plus will be in, okay? Thank you, guys. And then we're going to take a set of vitals, like I said.
We're right with.
You diabetic at all?
You just want to throw that in the locker for me?
Yeah. Well, at first prong, I think missed the body. I got one in, and then the second one got the second, but then they both.
Yes, I see that. But boy, all this guy had to do was just get up and leave the property, and none of this would have happened. And of course, he's going to make it seem like that he was the victim, even though we all know he isn't.
Both work then, because remember they do that cross balance. Yeah.
Here, I'll give that to you. Should be all secured right now.
Joseph was transported to the hospital with an accompanying officer for further medical evaluation before being taken to jail. He was charged with resisting or obstructing an officer, possession of THC, and possession of drug paraphernalia.
All right, so that was an interesting video featuring Sparky the Taser. And now we have this video entitled 18-year-old talks herself into an arrest.
Apparently it was so loud or whatever.
Well, it probably was. I'm telling you, I'm older than them.
Hey, are you guys okay?
Yes, we are okay. I don't understand why nobody
Okay.
even called
All right.
y'all. They're sisters. Y'all know how family stuff go.
Okay, and that's fine. All right. She's saying she's leaving. She's getting an Uber.
So you're good with them as well? So if
Huh?
we leave now, we're not gonna get an argument or anything with that?
No. You said I did so much tonight. Fuck you talking about. Girl, don't play with me. Fuck wrong with you, girl. Bitch, I don't give a fuck. Bitch.
Great attitude right off the bat. Oh, this isn't going to end well for her, isn't it?
Bitch, I don't give a fuck.
It's 4 o'clock in
the
morning.
Bitch,
We're not
I
yelling
don't
back and
care.
forth.
Bitch, I don't care. It don't matter about no going back and forth. She's grown as fuck.
Okay,
Fuck
well,
wrong with you, yeah. Man, girl, I don't, man, sir, don't tell me what I do. Don't tell me, sir, don't tell me what I do.
Because right now
Sir,
I'm telling you what to do.
Sir, I'm not locked up and I'm not doing nothing illegal. Don't tell me what to do. No, what I'm doing. I'm doing.
You are being disorderly right now.
Baby, I'm not being illegal. The
This
same man
is
that's
disorderly.
no, baby, no, I'm not.
All right, well, then come stand by this car.
Because you're not going to corrupt me to know this first party.
Well, then sit down.
Your car. No,
Then
I
come
don't
stand
have
right
to
there.
sit down. I don't have to
Come
sit
sit
down.
right here.
I don't have to sit down. This is my
Bring
right,
it down.
baby. This is my
That is
right.
not your right.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes,
You
it is.
cannot yell at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, baby. Okay, I don't have to raise. Okay, I don't have to raise at 4
Bring it
o'clock in
down.
the morning. Don't tell me what to do.
I can tell you what to do.
No,
Yes,
you
I
cannot.
can.
No,
Yes,
you
I
cannot.
can.
No, you cannot. I called you out here, baby. You cannot tell me.
The entitlement and immaturity here is outstanding. Like, and you know her attitude is going to get her arrested, like, right off the bat.
What to do? I can call right now. Hold on.
Bring your voice down.
I'm finna call. I'm
Bring your voice
right
down.
now, baby. Let me call because she want to keep telling me what you
Go
do.
for it.
You can't do
Call whoever you want to
You
call.
can't do nothing. You can't
Call
do
whoever
nothing.
you want to call.
Okay, yes, but you cannot do nothing. Stop acting like you can do something. To me.
I can.
You can't.
I can 100%.
You cannot. You cannot, baby. You cannot. You cannot. Stop acting like you can do something to me because I'm not doing nothing.
Not my girlfriend, PJC.
Keep that and I will record.
That's fine.
And I'm going to record.
And I'm recording you.
And I'm going to record.
But there, you need to relax.
I don't need to record, baby, nothing. Because that's my oldest thing. That if they call press charges, they was already drinking. I don't need to.
They're not.
No.
They're not pressing charges.
Okay, but look, but you keep telling me I need to relax. Relax off of what? Relax off of what?
Because you can go to jail for disorderly conduct.
Okay, disorderly conduct, but what am I doing?
You're yelling at 4 in the morning.
It's 4 in the morning and you're drunk.
Yes, it does matter.
Well, okay, wait, okay, call the test right now. Do the blow test, make me walk, and do everything
I don't
else.
have to. It's because-
Okay,
it's because
okay,
you're
it
acting
doesn't
very-
matter. It doesn't matter.
you're-
You called up a response. That doesn't matter. It does, and I'm recording this right now. It
That's
doesn't
fine.
matter.
It's recorded as
Okay,
well.
it doesn't matter.
You're acting very
no,
You have
it
to
doesn't-
stop talking for a second.
Okay, this is not-
She's just trying to go to jail. Is what she's trying
Yeah,
to do.
that's what she's trying to do. Not let her stress you out.
I don't give a damn. I don't
Like,
care
why
what
you
y'all
talking
think.
to the officers like they came out to save you?
Oh god.
What are you
Okay, I
gonna
don't
do?
have no ride home. So with that being said, you can stop talking to me. You go do your job.
All right. First of all,
Yeah.
this is my job. I've been
Okay,
called
yes,
out
but
here.
I'm still, baby.
Okay.
I'm, baby,
Hey,
baby. It
stop.
doesn't matter.
Hey,
It
stop
doesn't
yelling
matter,
at me.
baby.
I just want to avoid any conflict or anything.
So I'm telling you this, that, now, and I got you on recording.
That's
So
cool.
if you need to do your job, do anything else
Hey,
besides
stop yelling.
that. Okay, then don't talk to me.
Stop
Do
yelling.
not talk to me. Do not talk.
Stop yelling.
Do not talk to me because I'm not yelling. Do not talk to me.
You are yelling.
Do not
And
talk
you're
to me.
extremely intoxicated.
No, I'm not. I'm not extremely
No,
intoxicated.
you
Can you please call somebody that's over you to come do me a line of a test to blow in my mouth and everything for that? Yes, because you just said, did you say I'm extremely intoxicated? Because okay, so can you please call you up for somebody that's over here, that's over you to make me do
Like, I will never understand why people think this is a good idea to act this way around the police. It really isn't. Just being rude, disrespectful, acting like she's in charge, even though she isn't. Like, what are you trying to accomplish here? Are you that desperate? Do you really want to go to jail? Because the police can make that happen. Imagine having to live in the apartment complex with this woman as a neighbor. Boy, I feel bad for anyone that has to live next to her, especially if this is how she always acts. Yeah, it's always brilliant. It's always a brilliant plan to insult the guys with cuffs and guns at 4 in the morning. Hey, Sean, good morning, and great to see you. Hope you're doing well. She's keeping it real, baby.
a test to blow in? No, you cannot.
There's no one over. There's no one over me.
Okay, sir, then do not say that I'm extremely intoxicated.
I can because I can smell the alcohol in your breath.
Cannot. Okay, it doesn't matter. I was with a full group of women. It doesn't matter. They could have been drinking. So don't say that.
But I'm smelling it on your
No,
breath.
you're not smelling it on my breath. Do a blow test. Do a blow test. Do a blow test. Okay, if you cannot pass that blow test, sir. If you
again, it's disorderly conduct.
It does not. Oh, it does not matter.
I don't care if she's drinking or not, but you're just gonna sit out here and scream at us the whole time. We're just literally not giving. Yeah. Yeah. She's doing the opposite of getting things accomplished.
She just told him, sir, I'm not screaming. She's still screaming.
No, I'm not. We can pull back this camera.
Pull it back.
Yeah, we can pull it back. That's why I'm looking for our recording.
Yeah, pull it back.
With that being said, this is for my safety. Because nothing about this camera that I'm extremely on or being so fully intoxicated.
If you pull it back, you will see the camera.
Anything worse, sir.
Okay. All right, stop talking.
Sir, okay,
stop talking.
You can't tell me to stop talking. Call you up another officer. Can you please call up another officer?
I'll ask her who it is. Why back? We're not trying to take you yet, but slowly 4 in the morning. If she wants to speak out.
Okay.
Yeah, it really is, Casey. I agree.
Keep away from me. Because if you violate my rights, I'm going to call my mama.
I let you call your mom.
Then what you mean? Because if you violate my rights, I'm going to call my mama. And I got a right to call me a lawyer and everything. So what you want to say?
Right. She's about to take her out of jail.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, this is my mama. He talking to you.
Yeah.
Who is that? Because I don't sell pussy.
Your daughter,
I don't care. You can't beat my ass. I ain't worried about it. You can't beat my ass, though.
Shut the fuck up. And my baby crying. Like, I can't.
All right. Your daughter is about to go to jail for disorderly conduct.
Well, when she goes to jail, let her in today. I ain't coming to find nobody to fuck out. I ain't got no bond money, no stuff.
Okay. All right.
Let me talk to her.
Nope.
The fuck she thinks she is. She thinks she motherfucking.
What's your first name?
You have my money. Girl, make sure you have my money, bitch. Make sure you have my money, bitch. Yep. And it's on God. Make sure you have my money. Make sure you have my money.
All right.
Okay, I'm walking off your premises. No, I'm going to jail for what?
Yeah,
for disorderly conduct. Make sure
swing at me.
I'm not swinging at you. Make sure you have my phone. Make sure you have my phone. Make sure you have my phone. And I'm walking to the car. Man, I'm walking to your car. I'm walking to your car. I'm walking to your car. Don't fucking set me up. Don't fucking set me up, bitch. Why won't you, oh? You going to jail, bitch. You going to jail, oh. Why won't you dumbass bitch? What won't you, oh? You going to jail. No, bro. Hey, bro, put my phone up, bro. Put my phone up.
All right.
Bro, put my phone up. Bro, no. Bro, no. Man, oh, idiot, shut the fuck up talking to me, oh. Oh, God, oh. Because I'm pressing charges on you, bitch. I'm pressing charges on
Yeah, you can press charges all you want, but it really doesn't matter at this point. Right now, you're being arrested for disorderly conduct, and wouldn't be surprised if they add a resistance charge on top of it. It's like I'll never understand. I don't know. I'll just never understand why people act like this.
What's wrong with you, dumbass? You son of pussy. You fuck crazy. And you got an STD, you nasty asshole. You fuck crazy. And you got an STD. You fuck crazy. And you fuck KO. You a nasty asshole. You a nasty asshole. Fuck wrong with you, bitch. Man, fuck, bro. Don't fucking touching me. Bitch, stop touching me, bitch. Bitch, stop touching me, hoe. Stop fucking touching me, bitch. Stop jacking me, hoe. Stop jacking me, bitch. Stop, bitch. Man, hoe asshole. Fuck wrong with you, bitch.
Get him.
Bitch. Fuck. Man, hoe, man, what's up? Bitch.
This is freaking insane. Like, but of course, she's the type of person that will say she didn't do anything wrong, and she'll try and play the victim.
You're gonna transport her? Yeah, but you're not gonna. Are you gonna get warrants for obstruction? We're gonna get her for interference with government property here in a second. It just keeps going. You got liquor strength?
Yo, pussy, lame man. Bitch. You need to let me call my PO or hoe or something. You need to let me call an officer. You need to let me call a lawyer. Because what you're doing is against my rights. Call me a fucking ambulance. Bitch, call me an ambulance, bitch.
So she was charged with 1 count of felony obstruction and 1 count of disorderly conduct.
Bitch, call me 911. Girl, boy, shut the fuck up. Call me 911. Fuck. Never made no time for these. When I ride, I'm ride.
Just wow, like people have no self-respect or class. It seems like it really seems like that. There are people out there who have no self-respect, dignity, or class. And of course, she wanted them to call an ambulance because, of course, she thought that going to the hospital would avoid her going to jail. When really, it would just delay things, if anything. All right, so let's find this next video. It's here on my list somewhere. Trying to find it. Hang on. Yeah, here it is. Resistant and DUI. He's talking to the YouTube audience. Try not to get annoyed. So this guy that we're about to watch, he isn't a soft sit, but he really does think he knows the laws. And of course, reality proves him otherwise.
Hello. Good. Sergeant Arnold from East Police Department. I'm just introducing myself.
What did I do? Why'd you pull me over?
You didn't stop at the stop sign right there
I did stop.
at Palmetto and Bates.
That's my insurance. I stopped at the stop sign.
Okay, do you have your driver's license on you?
I was giving you all the information.
Thank you, Marina, for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you and welcome in. And thank you for your generosity. I appreciate it. Welcome to all the new members.
Which stop sign did you say I didn't stop at?
Bates and Palmetto.
And where were you at?
Behind you.
You were behind me. So you didn't come.
You got your driver's license?
Yeah, but I'm asking you this because I can legally ask you.
No, you,
yeah, I can.
I told you what the offense was. I told you what the offense was, sir. You're not here to argue to stop.
Your offense is saying that you were behind me.
So you can either give me your driver's license or you're refusing.
But you weren't behind me.
Are you refusing to give me your driver's license?
No, I'm not refusing to give you my driver's license. I'm refusing to answer your dispute of why you pulled me over. So why did you pull me over again?
I've already told you this. How many times do I need to tell you?
Yeah, well, this will be the second time if you can tell me.
Okay,
And why did you pull me over?
You failed to stop at the stop sign.
And where was I at? Here, you want the window down?
You're traveling north on Palmetto.
Okay, north on Palmetto, but where were you?
Behind you.
Perpendicular. You were behind me. So did you put your blinker on?
All right. Do you have your driver's license on? You're going to give me your driver's license or not?
You're fucking lying.
Sure.
So whatever. Go ahead. There's my driver's license. There's my registration. There's my fucking car. Yeah, that's the truth. He's telling me that he was behind me and he wasn't behind me. So that's a lie.
Mr. Jones, where are you headed to, sir?
To the house.
Okay. You live down here?
Umatilla.
Okay, you headed to Umatilla? Okay.
I'll pull over on the right road right here on this road because it's coming out.
This guy definitely sounds drunk, like he's slurring his speech. You can tell. So I won't be surprised if this guy is completely hammered.
That's the house.
Okay.
Okay.
Where are you coming from?
That's irrelevant. You pulled me over for what?
I'm just asking where you come
You
from.
pulled me over for
I ask
what?
everybody.
Why did you pull me over? What was I doing that was illegal?
Listen, you can calm down. I know you think
that was illegal.
I just told you. You
just
ran a
told me
stop
what?
sign.
I didn't run a stop sign because you weren't behind me. So tell me why you pulled me over.
I got to tell you again? This is going to be the 4th time.
No, this would be the 3rd time on your fucking camera, on your voice recording.
All right, well, just hang tight right there for me, okay?
Hey, Ben Darlin. Hey there, Mark with a C. Good to see you. Likewise, everyone else. Great to see you, my friend, and I hope you're doing well.
All right. He's DUI.
We got bigger problems than the DUI, Bubba.
What?
Lost the evidence.
Whatever.
We can't find a methamphetamine.
It was sitting on top, but when I took the things, put the paperwork in, there was nothing on top.
Oh,
I
we
assumed
have to-
everything was in there.
We only have 2 out of 3 items of the input.
I didn't
what case? On the others?
1015. Where's this guy going? What are you just dodging?
He's headed to Umatilla. He's very argumentative. Won't make eye contact. Sweating like crazy. Slurred speech. And didn't even know I was behind him apparently. It says I was lying. Well, he didn't run a stop sign. Well, see if we still investigate this DUI. He's very argumentative. So he said he was headed to Umatilla. He ran a stop sign right here at Palmetto. So I want you to start talking to him, see if he knows I'm the same person because he hasn't looked at me yet. And then
We'll figure it out.
ask him if he wants to, or ask him to step out of the car first before you ask him about DUI. So I asked him, so can you step out of the vehicle for me? He's probably going to be arguing about it, so let's get to that. I'm trying to pull up tracks real quick.
Right now, here. Yeah.
Hey,
I
brother.
know.
Hey, brother.
Yes, sir.
It's Officer Lovis. What's going on? Where are you heading to?
Where are you heading to?
Am I stepping out of the vehicle for me, please?
No, I'm not stepping out of the vehicle.
I'm
What
asking
did
you
I
to
do?
step out.
I'm not stepping out of the vehicle. I didn't do anything wrong. What'd you pull me over for?
You ran a stop sign at Palmetto.
Let me turn my camera on my phone.
That's fine.
Okay. So what did you pull me over for?
Like I said, you run a stop sign at Palmetto.
Okay, so why are you asking me to step out of the vehicle? You can write me a ticket for running a stop sign.
That's fine.
If that's what you say that I did.
I'm afraid you're a little bit intoxicated today.
You're afraid what?
You're a little bit
I'm
intoxicated.
afraid nothing. I didn't do anything wrong.
Okay,
Did you run my license? Did you run my license?
Yes, you ran the plate.
Are my lights good? Is everything good? Is everything good? I didn't stop. You were coming the opposite way.
I'm asking you to step out of the vehicle.
How's it going?
I'm not stepping out of the vehicle.
How's it going?
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Good.
All right, listen, man. You're not in any trouble right now, but we do have to investigate some things. So here, listen. I'm not asking you to talk back. I'm asking you to listen right now, okay?
There's nothing to investigate.
I never asked you to talk back. I just want you to listen, okay?
I don't need to listen to what you're saying.
You seem like a respectful man. You seem like a respectful man. So all I'm asking you is just cooperate. That's it.
Okay.
All right. Listen, if I was here to BS you,
I'm trying to go home.
Okay.
If I didn't stop at the stop sign, which he said that's what he pulled me over for.
Is that what he said?
Yes, that's what he said. Okay. That's what he agreed to. That's what it was. Okay. That's what it is. I gave him all legal documentation. I gave him everything else. So write me my ticket. I will be on my way. There's no other reason for anything else besides.
And we have another person who studied YouTube law thinking he's in charge when he's really not. Like, he's making all these demands, just give me my tickets, just let me go on my way. Like, no, you're not in control here. The cops are.
Besides that, after you come to the vehicle, 2 officers for anything else. No, we're not past that. That's what it is. That is what it is.
Okay. I'm asking you to step out of the vehicle.
I'm not stepping out of the vehicle. I will not step out of the vehicle.
Just 2 beers, as always. It's always 2 beers.
Turn the vehicle off.
I'm not turning the vehicle off. I will not turn the vehicle off.
Turn it off.
I'm not turning the vehicle off. I didn't do anything wrong.
Okay.
If you keep pulling your fucking taser over there, that's a fucking jurisdiction illegal to the fucking right or whatever it is.
Listen, I'm asking you to step out.
I'm not stepping out of the vehicle. Why did you pull me over?
Because I can ask you to step out.
Why did you pull me over? Why did you pull me over? No, tell me. Tell me why you pulled me over.
I just told you why I pulled you over.
Why?
You're gonna get out of the car.
You're gonna get out of the car and I'm gonna yank you out. You want to go to jail for resisting?
I'm not resisting nothing.
You're resisting my commands.
I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not resisting.
That's resisting.
Resisting what?
A lawful command to
get out. A lawful command to get out.
No, y'all don't have that type of command.
You must really want to go to jail.
You want to go to jail, man?
No, I don't. But what are you telling me that I did?
So just step out of the vehicle then.
I'm not stepping out of the vehicle.
Don't make things harder than they need to be.
I didn't do anything wrong. You pulled me over for not stopping at a stop sign. I gave you all my legal documents. I gave you everything that was.
I can ask you to step out because I gotta.
And I'm not doing
my
anything else.
Okay?
You pulled me over. You had numerous cops say that. I'm not doing anything. I am not doing anything wrong.
Okay.
I am not doing anything wrong. I'm not trying to resist you. That's what you pulled me over for.
Okay.
Correct?
Correct, but I need you to get out of the vehicle.
You said correct. So what am I doing?
Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Get out of the car now.
Get out of the car now.
You cannot do that.
Get out of the fucking car.
What are you doing, man?
Grab his hands. Grab his hands.
What did I fucking do, dude?
Get on your stomach.
Hello. Hello. What am I doing that's so wrong? What did I do? What did I do?
And now he's going to get a resistance charge.
I asked you to step out. Okay?
I know, but I'm talking to you.
Oh.
Okay, hold on. Can you be on my knees at least? I'm not disrespecting you guys, man. I'm not disrespecting you guys.
Exactly, Lou.
I'm not disrespecting. I resisted what? Hold on, my arms hurt. I'm look.
Come on, let's step up.
I'm getting it. Stop pulling on my arm, please. Please. I'm asking you, please. I'm getting up. But what did I do?
We told you what you did.
What did I do? What did I legally
resisted my commands? That's what you did.
I resisted what? What did I resist?
You're not getting out of the car.
I don't have to get out of the car legally, sir.
Yeah, you do.
No, I do not.
I can ask you to step out of the vehicle.
No, I do not. Are your cameras on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure, check you, man.
You can check me.
Hey,
Chill out. I don't got nothing to fucking chill. I'm not fucking resisting you guys.
You are.
No, I am not.
You were.
How am I? Because of my legal fucking rights? I'm not resisting you. Can you loosen that cuff a little bit?
It's
cut my circulation off. I don't got no weapons on me, no drugs on me. There's no drugs in the car. There's no nothing. You pull me over for fucking not failure to stop at a stop sign. Ow!
Listen.
I am listening.
You're not listening.
I am too listening. This is on camera, correct?
Yep.
This is on camera. This is.
And these people should be forced to watch back the body cam video after they sober up. And hopefully they realized what complete jackasses they're being.
On camera.
It is, brother.
Okay. I'm under arrest for what? I didn't fucking resist any fucking body.
Yes, they gave you lawful command. Step out the car and turn it off.
I don't.
I explained it to you.
Okay, all right, whatever.
Just like I explained everything else at 5 times.
Can you loosen this up a little bit on this corner? I'm just asking. I'm not trying to resist nothing else. That bitch is fucking cutting me off. I'm just asking if you could do that. I don't got no drugs, no weapons, no nothing on me, man.
Okay, well, we can't take everybody's.
Well, you don't have to, but I'm. May you do that? Can you pull my pants up?
No, get in the car.
What am I under arrest for?
Get in the car.
They told you that, man.
For what?
It's almost like refusing to get out of the car is resisting. Right, PJC?
Resisting what?
Arrest.
Law enforcement officer.
About what?
Get in the car. Get in the car, bro. Okay. Get in. Put your legs in.
Can you at least loosen that a
Can you
little
at least
bit?
get in the car?
Get in the car.
I am. I'm at.
There we go.
Hey, Sally Scullion. Great to see you, my friend, and I hope you're doing well.
All right, Mr. David, you're gonna come with me. All right, you're good. You can walk, brother.
It's all my driving style, man. I mean, my God, I didn't you know what I'm saying? If I was an asshole.
Mr. David, I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't know nothing about what went on out there. I wasn't out there. I got up here to. I got asked to come up here to do one thing.
I get it, but I didn't disrespect y'all. I didn't disrespect y'all at all.
Well, that's
so
gonna be.
For me to get all of this shit, look, bro, look, I'm fucking bleeding over what?
Well, that's gonna be between you. That's gonna be between. Come on. That's gonna be between you and the other officers.
Like seriously, look at this shit, dude.
Or when you see me off here at 10:32.
Like y'all gonna do it right. Look at this shit. For real, man. Come on, man. I didn't disrespect y'all that way.
All right.
I didn't at all.
Right,
Y'all
Mr.
want to
David,
give me the ticket,
let me
whatever
just
the
take a
fuck
seat right
else,
here
that's
for
fine.
me.
But you arrest me for what? Come on, man. Come on, seriously. Look at me. Look, I'm fucking bleeding. So that's I disrespected y'all like that? I mean, let's be honest.
So
did I disrespect y'all like that?
Mr.
This is the type of person who loves the sound of their own voice, and this is the type of person that's also never gonna shut up.
David, I'm gonna explain to you what my knowledge of everything is, okay? From what I understand is.
What are you trying to tell me?
So from what I.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no. He is not gonna pass these tests.
Where my wallet is, where my phone is.
That stuff's turned into the jail.
Okay, so what am I arrested for again?
So
failure to stop at the stop sign.
There's a resisting charges.
Resisting arrest without violence, because there was no violence.
So they believe you might be under the influence of alcohol at this time.
But that's not what you arrested me for. I'm already in the jail. I'm already booked. I'm already fucking here.
That's
so
Mr. David.
So on camera.
Yeah, mine's on camera right here.
Okay, good. So what was I arrested for? Because I didn't get Miranda rights read to me. Nothing on camera.
So the only time. So I will tell you. Okay,
Mr.
David. Mr. David, please stop talking and I'll explain all this to you. Okay. The only time Miranda needs to be read to anybody is when they're being asked self-incriminating
No,
questions.
if they're getting arrested and brought to jail, that's when they're Miranda rights.
They do not have to be read that.
Okay, whatever.
If you believe that, then you need to revise case law on that.
Okay.
All right.
Whatever you say.
So the whole
Hey, Ziggy, great to see you as always, my friend.
reason I'm up here, I have nothing to do with the case of stop, nothing like that. The only reason I'm up here is I am a state certified breath test operator, okay?
I'm not doing shit. You're not fucking doing nothing to me. You already threw me in a holding cell. I'm bleeding.
Because you were.
I'm bleeding because I was what? A failure to stop at a stop sign. That's it. I'm done talking. Put me back in the cage.
Sit.
Put me back in the cage.
Mr. David, you're gonna sit.
I got nothing else to say to you. I'm not doing
I don't care if you have
tests.
nothing else.
I'm not nothing. I'm not doing anything.
Stop talking.
I'm not doing anything.
Then stop talking. All right. I'm still gonna go through my steps as a state certified breath test operator to do what I'm doing to make sure I have all my boxes checked on it.
Bro.
You have a scrape because you refuse to get out of the car, from what I understand.
And I've been respectful. I ain't even do none of y'all, man.
You've been disrespectful to me from the rip on this. I got nothing to do with this, and I've explained that to you. All right, you consistently talked over me. You try to be argumentative with me. I have nothing to do with that stop whatsoever. I'm here to do this machine and this machine only.
I'm not doing it.
Okay, but you've been nothing but, you're saying you've not been disrespectful once, but you've been, okay.
I refuse.
I'm still gonna go through my steps that I have to do.
Go through your steps. Stop telling me about everything I'm doing and go through your steps. I still refuse. There's nothing on fucking Discovery or nothing that you guys
Doesn't have to be anything on
You
Discovery.
didn't pull me over for drunk driving. You didn't pull me over for swerving. I refuse to take.
Just because they didn't pull you over for drunk driving doesn't mean they can't investigate you for drunk driving. The officers clearly have reason to believe you might be under the influence of alcohol. Just by the way you're acting and the slurred speech, that's enough probable cause to test you and see if you are under the influence.
Take your test after I'm in there here when you pull me over for a failure to stop, rip me out of the car, and arrest me for fucking resisting without violence. And nothing of alcohol was that. Throw me in a cell while I'm bleeding everywhere. I done nothing with your fucking test. I will not do it. I refuse.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if you think that's bleeding everywhere, you're sadly mistaken.
I refuse. Period.
That's
I refuse.
Fine. I'll go over all of them with them.
I am.
Yeah, he is definitely trashed. He is not sober at all. I'm gonna guess he's probably drunk. I mean, normal people do not act like this. Sober people typically do not act like this.
But I did nothing. You pulled me over for a fucking failure to stop. 5 times it was said, over and over, 2 different officers for a failure to stop at a stop sign. You asked me to get out of the vehicle. I resisted and said no. Because there's no reason for me to get out of a vehicle for a failure to stop. I gave you all of my proper information. I gave you my license. I gave you registration. I gave you everything. I gave you everything. I'm not blowing. I'm not doing nothing. I will not do it. I refuse. I refuse on camera that I'm not doing it.
That's fine. You can refuse all you want. Stop talking now. All right? If you don't want to talk, don't want to refuse to do anything like that, then just stop talking.
What was I under arrest for again?
Resisting arrest without violence and DUI.
For what? No, bullshit.
So understand. Stop talking.
I got your discovery.
Stop talking. All right, I'm gonna tell you right now.
You didn't pull me over for that.
Stop talking.
That's bullshit, dude.
I have nothing to do with the stop. I'm telling you what your charges are that I have been told. All right.
That's bullshit.
When an officer, Mr. David, you can look at me because I'm the one talking to you.
I know, but on camera that I asked 5 times what I got pulled over
Mr.
for
Davis,
failure to stop.
look at me. Look at me.
Failure to stop, correct?
Case law allows officers to remove somebody from the vehicle if they request to.
But that's not
case
what
law
was said.
is what it is.
So
nobody has to tell you what case law is.
So no matter what you do right now, your discovery is going to lose
Ignorance
that
of the law.
case. Your discovery is going to lose that case.
Stop talking.
Because you have to have discovery from the time you pulled me over and what happened when you pulled me over and what you said the charge was. So you're wasting time, man. You're wasting fucking time, dude. You're wasting.
Continuing to talk is just his tiny way of trying to assert control. Exactly, Liz. He thinks in his mind that if he keeps talking, the officers are just going to do whatever he says, and he's sadly mistaken.
Wasting fucking time over some bullshit when nobody even resisted you guys. When for the 7th time as I was coming in here, and for the 17th year that he worked here, okay, that I got pulled over for failure to stop at a stop sign. All that's got to be on discovery. So everything you're doing right now is bullshit.
Mr. David, where'd you go to law school at? Where'd you study criminal law? Where? You're telling me our discovery on this is bullshit. Where'd you go to school at for it?
What did you pull me over for?
I didn't pull you over.
Okay, so you can't tell me shit.
But you're telling me you did all this stuff. Where'd you go to school
That's
for?
fucking 740.
Exactly.
2-1. So keep talking.
What's what?
On a camera. Vice versa.
Right there.
No, that camera's right there too.
That camera doesn't have
I know,
anything
but
to
I
do
don't
with
give a
this.
fuck
My
about that
camera's this
camera.
way.
I don't care about your camera.
Okay.
I want the camera that's stationed in fucking stationary. I don't want nothing to do with your bullshit shit that could get changed.
Okay.
Why did I get pulled over?
I don't know. I didn't
Failure to stop.
Okay.
Correct?
I don't know why you got pulled over.
Sir,
Stop asking.
Sir, did I get pulled over for failure to stop at a stop sign?
No, I'm not doing that stop.
Okay, so then there's nothing that you could tell to me right
why
now.
do you argue with me?
Because that's why I got pulled over.
Okay,
That's
then
why
why
I
do you
got
ask me?
repeatedly said on discovery in the vehicle multiple times about why I got pulled over was failure to stop. And for the 7th time, I had to get told, for the 7th time, I'm not telling you again, for the 7th time, I got pulled over for what? Failure to stop. So now that I'm in the police department, I got ripped out of the I'm not in the police department. Okay, so now that I'm in the jail for a failure to stop, I got ripped out of the car for a failure to stop. No Miranda rights read on a failure to stop. For a cop that wasn't even on the same street, which no camera and no discovery can disclose, for a failure to stop, is now wanting me to do something that isn't why they even fucking pulled me over to begin with, unlawfully arrested me, unlawfully threw me in handcuffs, unlawfully me bleeding over a failure to stop on.
You're crying over a tiny scrape that you caused because you refused to get out of the vehicle.
All of their other body cameras. So yes, camera, please explain the rest to me. You too.
All right. I'm requesting that you provide sample.
I'm not doing anything.
Okay.
I refuse.
Do you feel just submit
I
to a lawful
refuse.
test? Stop talking.
I
Sorry.
refuse.
Stop
Let him
talking.
talk, please.
Do you feel just submit to a test I request of you? Your driving privilege of operating motor vehicle will be suspended for a period of 1 year for your first refusal, or 18 months if you previously refused it and have been suspended for refusal.
After you prove it in the court of law, lawyer.
Okay.
Keep going.
Result of a refusal to submit the lawful test of your breath, urine, or
He
blood.
definitely
Additionally,
is,
refuse to
Raven
submit to
Wing.
the test I request
I
of you.
refuse.
And hell, he might not just be on alcohol. He might be on alcohol and some other drug. Just the way he's acting. I'm starting to suspect this is more than alcohol.
Your driving privilege
I
is
refuse.
suspended for-
You didn't pull me over for that.
Stop talking.
I don't have to.
I'm reading what
This
I have
is
to.
my legal right.
Okay.
Why did you pull me over?
I did not
You
pull
didn't.
over.
So what was the reason that I'm
Mr.
sitting
David,
here right
if
now,
you
sir?
fail to submit to the
Sir,
test I request
why
of you,
am I
your
sitting
driving
in this
physical,
chair right now?
operating motor vehicle
Sir,
will be suspended
excuse
for a
me
period of
on
1 year.
camera. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, camera. Why am I sitting in this chair right now? Why am I sitting in this chair right now? Why am I sitting in this chair right now?
To the test I requested of you, and if your driving privilege has physically been suspended for a prior refusal,
Why am I
submit
sitting
to
in this
the
chair
lawful
right
sample
now?
of your breath, blood, or urine.
Why am I
And
sitting in
you
this
will
chair
make
right
a
now?
misdemeanor
I don't even want to touch it because I don't want to get more
refusal
trouble.
to submit to the test I have.
Excuse me,
Sit in the
why?
chair.
I am in the chair.
Sit all
Why
the
am
way
I
back.
in the chair though? Why am I in the chair? You can't ask me for anything if you don't even
Do you
tell
still
me.
refuse to submit to a sample
You
of your
can't
breath?
ask
Do you
me
still submit to a sample of your breath?
on camera.
Mr. David, if you
This
refuse to answer
officer cannot ask me to submit to anything if he's not even telling me that he was the one that pulled me over. He's not the one that doesn't even know why I'm pulled over
It's true.
and doesn't know that. On camera, right? On camera. I'm not listening to you.
Drug test operating.
Why am I sitting in this chair, sir?
Because you've been suspected of a DUI. I'm here to do it.
That's not what's on the discovery of all the cameras. That is not, sir. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. That is not what's on the discovery of all the other officers for the reason why I was pulled over.
Mr. David, yes or no?
So I refuse and I renewed to that because that's not what was on the discovery. Previous to that, you said your hand on camera that you don't even know why I'm sitting in the chair. So there's your refusal. So you can print your bullshit, do what you do, arrest me, throw me in, put me out on a $200 bond, and it'll be fucking dismissed in court because of your negligence because you want to be a fucking asshole. Period.
Hey, Nightwolf, great to see you, and I hope you're doing well.
And that's the truth. On camera, Axon, AXON. Is there a number on that, sir? Is there a number on that camera?
It's always pretty much impossible to try and reason with a drunk. Basically.
I know, but I wanted the number on the camera. I know, but will I get the footage when I was arrested?
Yeah, you'll be showing it.
I'll get the footage. I'll get the footage of why I was pulled over too. Correct, sir? On this camera too, that's flashing green. Correct, sir? I will get all of that footage. Correct, sir?
Flashing green.
I'm sorry?
No, one of our cameras are flashing green.
Yeah, it is.
That's
Are
not
you
my
fucking
camera.
colorblind? Well, that's the one that's in the jail, which you're arresting me for something that you're saying.
Alright.
So unless you want to remute on your Axon camera, on camera. So what's my bond?
We'll figure that out in a second.
Because you're gonna say what? That I gotta have first appearance for what? For a non-fucking criminal offense?
This is a criminal offense.
This is not a criminal offense. What did you arrest me for? You weren't even the arresting officer. There's not. You're so full of shit, dude. On camera. All 7 other officers, my police transport, what he said, the fucking ones that ripped me out of the car, sir, you're fucking so fucking full of shit right now.
Yeah.
I hope your cock's hard, dude, because there's nothing that you...
Are the police going to be in trouble for arresting a 3-year-old? Because I think he's a 3-year-old on stilts. He's definitely acting like a 3-year-old, Casey, for sure. And he's the type of person that hasn't grown up and most likely will never grow up.
You do to me right now.
That's fine.
And it's on camera.
That's fine.
This is why your negligence fucking
Stand up,
does
let's go.
shit. Stand up what?
You're coming with me now.
Where am I going?
Back to the holding cell.
For what?
Because you're being arrested for DUI. Get up, let's go.
How am I being arrested
Either
now?
you get up or
Sir,
you go.
where, is your camera still
Yes,
on?
my camera's still on.
When did you remember
All
my
right,
arrest?
stay here with him. I'm getting with the jail deputies.
After I get in the holding cell, yeah, on the camera. Yeah, I don't got no issue with
All right,
that.
Mr. David, you can get up and walk now, or they will take you.
Take me where? You know what? Take
He's
me
already
where?
refused.
Where am I going, sir? Where am I going, sir?
Let's get back out there. We're going where we were. Come on, back out there with them.
Okay,
I know, I see you on. That's why I put the letters on. That's why I put
I'm not refusing.
Take you right here. We're going back to the left and down the hallway.
So what am I charged for again?
Well, grab all the paperwork.
I don't do charges. This is the jail. We can process.
Okay, so what am I being arrested for?
DUI and resisting.
So there you go. There you go.
You're wasting your discovery, dude. Because you ain't got shit. You know it.
You guys good?
Yeah, we're good.
All right.
Boy, hopefully this goes to trial and this is played in court so he can see how much of an ass he was acting. And hopefully they don't let him off easy, I hope. All right. I think we have time for one more video. It's been a while since we've seen frauditors on the channel. At least it feels like it's been a while. And the other night I was watching a video from Dummy Kruger. This one, First Amendment auditor and New Hampshire state representative arrested at a federal courthouse. So this one is definitely interesting. And sadly, this isn't too far away from me, actually, where this took place. So the battery asks, what am I being charged for? Hey, Linda, great to see you. Don't know if I said hi to you already, but great to see you and hope you're doing well. Yeah, sadly, it's becoming that way. It sure seems like. And it seems like it's the elected officials that become frauditors and soft-sits the most.
Welcome to the Dummy Kruger channel, everyone. Today's video takes us to the Warren B. Rudman United States Courthouse, a federal building located in Concord, New Hampshire. The featured auditor in today's video is named Frank Staples, but is commonly referred to as Footloose. I've covered Footloose once before, highlighting some of the craziest moments from a 13-hour-long trial that...
And yeah, I definitely I've seen some of this trial that Dummy is talking about, but I haven't had a chance to watch the entire thing.
ultimately found him guilty on one of two charges of disorderly conduct. You can find that video below in the description. Footloose formulated a three-pronged plan to record the sentencing of Ian Freeman, a libertarian activist and radio talk show host. Freeman was recently found guilty on 8 charges, including operating an unlicensed money transmitting business and conspiracy to commit money laundering. He was also found guilty of money laundering, but that was later overturned. Per Freeman himself, the prosecutors are looking for the maximum sentence of 20 years in prison, along with over $20 million in forfeiture and restitution.
Happy birthday, Steve. I hope you had a great day yesterday.
Ian Freeman addresses a crowd of supporters on the steps of the federal courthouse in Concord Monday afternoon. The Keene resident was supposed to be sentenced on felony charges connected to what prosecutors describe as an unlicensed virtual currency business. The government says Freeman laundered over $10 million in proceeds of romance scams and other internet frauds by exchanging U.S. dollars for Bitcoin.
The whole idea that I had anything at all to do with these scams is just absolutely absurd. It's not true.
Freeman's sentencing has been delayed due to questions over possible restitution.
His sentencing has been delayed until October 2nd, but this was the background that Footloose used to try and get his camera in the court. The first day, which Footloose dubbed Stage 1, follow him and fellow First Amendment auditor, Press NH Now, testing the waters. Before we get to the video, please remember to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, and comment below. Let's jump right in.
Because I want to get on the same page. So we're not going to try to.
We're not going to try to like go in.
Yeah, obviously. So we know that they don't.
Correct.
So let's make our.
We're going to let them know. Yeah, we're just
not
going
trying to cause trouble. We're just trying to get the administration order. If there is any.
If there is one, yeah.
If somebody wants to come out and speak with us in the lobby, that'd
be great.
Blah 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 blah.
Yep.
I get it. But why is there no video of Ian's trial?
Because they are not allowing it.
So why the f are they going to allow us?
I don't know.
Press NH Now actually had a really good question. Why in the hell will they be allowed to record the trial when no one else can? The answer is they cannot, per Rule 83.8 of the United States District Court of New Hampshire's local rules. More on that later.
Gentlemen, Good. How you doing? So we're not trying to come in or anything. I was here before. I don't know if you remember, but yes.
Yep, originality at its finest. Hey, Cybele, great to see you. I'm doing well, and I hope you are also doing well. Always good to see you, my friend.
He was supposed to give me a copy of an order or something because I did get a picture of this. Photographs for news, advertising, commercial purposes, 41 CFR 102-74420. And I've read that, and it actually says we're allowed to film in the public areas in the lobbies. And so there's no like law or rule cited here.
Yeah, wait for Joe to come.
I am, yeah, I'm gonna ask him all these things. Because it has to be constitutional, that's all. It is what it is. We're not trying to cause any problems right now.
If this scenario seems familiar, that's because it is. Footloose is using the exact same verbiage Denver Metro Cardigan used when he was arrested and convicted for recording in a Social Security building.
We're about ready to just mob right in there right now.
He was shown signs posted to the exterior and interior doors prohibiting his entry, but stated that he need not follow them. Quote, "That's just a piece of paper. That's not a law."
This guy said he's calling the police on me because I'm recording him.
That's what we're talking about. There is this right here, okay?
Let me see. Let me get a shot of that.
Electronic devices may not be used to take photographs or make video recordings.
That's not a CFR though. Yes, it's just a piece of paper. Anyone can write. You could write no red shirts. That's not a law, sir. That's just a piece of paper.
We will be looking back on the groundbreaking case of U.S. versus Cardigan throughout the video.
So that actually says we are allowed to film in the lobbies unless there's a thing. And you said you were going to give it to me last time. I'm hearing you out.
So these are the local rules. These are orders that are established by the. Can you stop recording?
Thank you, Dixo, for the $20 super sticker. I appreciate it very much, and thank you. Thank you for supporting the channel, my friend.
I'm asking you again.
Not until we see these rules.
That's what I'm here for, man.
I mean, this is public, right? 8.3.
So my
So that's it. And then can I read this? Can I read it? So why isn't there a notification here that it says the 83 point? There's nothing here.
Just make this easier.
But it doesn't cite it there.
The totality of the rules and procedures for this courthouse is well over 100 pages long. The rule that prohibits recording in the building reads as follows. Except authorized personnel in the discharge of their official government duties, all persons are prohibited from photographing, recording, audio or video, broadcasting, transmitting, or televising within the Warren B. Rudman U.S. Courthouse.
So this is the only thing that you're trying to, that thing is, I know. What are you guys going to do if we don't stop? What?
It's worth every penny, and I love these live chats. Thank you, and so do I. I love every Monday coming, hanging out with you guys. Spend a few hours every Monday. It's always a fun time here, and I appreciate everyone's support for being here. Without you guys, the channel wouldn't be anything.
What's the law? What's the penalty for not following this no filming thing? The court will follow through with what? Meaning what? They hold you in contempt? That could be. So you will have to talk to the judge to get us in contempt. I'm just saying. You would have to talk to the judge to hold us in contempt, correct?
So if you want to go put your stuff away and come back in.
Oh, do we want to do that now? We want to do that today? All right. Okay. What, for Monday? For Monday, right? Yeah. All right. So let's go do that. We're going to go put our stuff away and we'll be right back. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
What was that one?
So that was stage one. In stage two, things ramp up a bit when DHS is called and they are asked to leave the building. Footloose replaces Press NH Now.
Hey, Stefan. Great to see you. And I hope you're doing well.
with New Hampshire State Representative Jason Gerhard. Jason is a newly elected Republican politician representing Merrimack 25. For a little bit more background on the New Hampshire State Representative, he was found guilty of aiding and conspiring to obstruct justice for Elaine and Edward Brown, seen in the picture here, a fugitive couple who dispute the constitutionality of taxes. Per the New York Times, the Browns are already serving a 63-month sentence for refusing to pay income taxes, but an 8-month standoff with law enforcement at their Plainfield Township home after their January 2007 conviction delayed the beginning of their sentence. Over the course of the standoff, Ed Brown, in a series of online, radio, and newspaper interviews, insisted that neither he nor his wife would be taken into custody alive and threatened a, quote, Waco-style response if federal authorities tried to take them by force. On October 4th, a team of undercover United States Marshals posing as supporters of the Browns placed them both under arrest without incident. A number of Brown supporters have also been convicted for aiding and abetting the couple by providing weapons, ammunition, and basic supplies during the standoff, as well as conspiring to prevent the U.S. Marshals from arresting the Browns. Jason Gerhard, who we will soon see in the video, of Brookhaven, New York, was sentenced to 20 years in federal prison. In an affidavit for a search warrant, a deputy marshal, Roy Wright, said, Gerhard and his co-conspirators temporarily resided in the Browns' home and assisted the Browns in surveillance designed to detect the presence of law enforcement officers.
Hey, Chris Scott. Hi, Mark. First time here. Thank you for your work. Learning a lot from your videos. Thank you and welcome to the community, Chris Scott. Great to have you here. And welcome. Always good to see new people in the chat room. Keeps the community growing.
Officers purchased firearms, brought firearms to the Browns' home, and publicly announced their intention to forcefully resist efforts by the U.S.
And hey, Russian Aloha, don't think I said hi to you yet today. Welcome. Welcome in, my friend.
Marshals Service to arrest Edward Brown and Elaine Brown. At Mr. Gerhard's home on Montauk Highway, investigators said they found an active pipe bomb containing gunpowder in a storage box, a rifle, ammunition, and literature promoting anti-government activities. Continuing, investigators also found about 24 complete and several incomplete pipe bombs at the Browns' house. According to the indictment, Gerhard assembled, used, and possessed these bombs. Gerhard would eventually be found guilty, where he spent 12 years in federal prison. Shortly after getting out, he jumped straight into politics. About 2 weeks ago, he posted a video on Rumble with the title saying, State Rep, time to shoot down toxic chemtrail planes in New Hampshire.
So I am putting in a bill to shoot down said planes that do not comply with orders. There's another one, it's the same one, right in front of me. But I'm driving, you know what? And if you haven't seen these yet, then you're just not paying attention. So
the chemtrail conspiracy theories have been around for quite a while. They claim that the contrails left behind by aircraft are not simply composed of water vapor and ice crystals, but are instead chemicals or substances intentionally sprayed by government agencies or other organizations for various nefarious purposes. Some of those nefarious purposes are geoengineering, mind control, population control, environmental harm, including weather control, as well as alien involvement. So now that we know a little bit more about this state representative, let's jump back to the video.
Yeah, so my thing is that 83.3 rule that they're trying to use, where are they getting their authority for that rule? And what's the scope? Like I showed you, the scope of those rules says for civil things.
Wow, this guy is dangerous. Shoot down planes. He's involved in politics. Oh my. Yeah, this guy seems unhinged.
So this is not coming in here is not a civil matter. This is a public matter.
So Footloose is basing his argument that he can record in this courthouse on Rule 1.1F, which reads, Scope, Local Rules 1.1 through 83.16, which the prohibition for recording falls under, shall govern the procedure in all civil actions. Frankly speaking, this entire idea seems incredibly impractical from the outset. It raises a fundamental question. How could prohibition be enforced throughout the entire courthouse, as it seems to suggest, while also restricting it solely to civil cases? This notion lacks practicality, especially when considering that the courthouse inevitably handles a mixture of both civil and criminal cases throughout the day.
Well, I'm not an auditor. I don't make money on my YouTube channel or anything. I document my business.
You know, it really doesn't matter if you don't make money from your YouTube channel. Hell, I know it's difficult to get monetized on YouTube, but that doesn't mean you're still not making money off of what you're doing. You could easily link your PayPal or Venmo accounts or anything. So just because your video itself, you're not making money from your specific video, you're still most likely profiting off your viewers through PayPal and Venmo and all those other sites.
And some auditors, they get, well, a lot of them get paid for it. They make money and they get views off of conflict. So when you're monetized, it's going to subconsciously or consciously make you say, oh, first of all, you have to do a certain amount of hours every week to get paid. So you have to produce content. So you're already being forced to create stuff. And then, I forget where I was going with that.
Yeah, you start pushing yourself loose.
Yeah, you just start, and then you start creating situations and being a jerk and baiting and stuff like that,
In the title of my video, I labeled Footloose as a First Amendment auditor because he uses the same lingo of every other auditor I've covered in the past. However, he likes to refer to himself as a, quote, nullifier. What I believe he means by that is he is someone who sees themselves as a safeguard against unjust laws and government overreach. And to be fair, he portrayed First Amendment auditors in a manner that aligns with my perception of the majority of them, as provocateurs who wield their cameras to intentionally provoke confrontations simply for money.
And then there's case law for filming in public. Glick versus Cuniff.
Yeah, Dummy Kruger is an excellent content creator for sure. And if any of you somehow aren't subscribed to him, be sure to go subscribe to his channel. He makes excellent videos.
Smith versus Cummings, and this is a First Circuit case too.
Where is the public? What public are they using?
Is a case, Glick versus Cuniff, First Circuit, 2011, is a case which the United States Court of Appeals for the First Circuit held that a private citizen has the right to record video and audio of police carrying out their duties in a public place, and that the arrest of the citizen for a wiretapping violation violated his First and Fourth Amendment.
That is a good point, Ben. I mean, some of these frauditors aren't happy unless they're making everyone else miserable. And it's true. And I've said it many times here on the channel. If YouTube would demonetize these frauditor channels, I'm willing to bet you 95% of them would just go away. Because after all, if there's no money in it for them, then what's the point? Either they would go away or move to another platform like something like Rumble or something where they can still profit off their harassment.
Amendment rights. Case arose when Simon Glick filmed Boston, Massachusetts police officers from the bicycle unit making an arrest in public park when
Glick versus Knuff gets thrown around a lot by these guys. Glick established a legal precedent that individuals have a right to record the police in public spaces as long as they do so without interfering with law enforcement activities. The problem I see with his argument is that he's sitting in a federal courthouse where Glick, the man arrested for filming officers, was in the Boston Common, a public park in Boston. The fact that he was in a public park was a key factor in the legal dispute regarding his right to record law enforcement officers without violating the law. Denver Metro Audits tried to use the same case law for his case at the Social Security office, but was quickly shut down. This is what I said about that at the time. There was also an argument about non-public forums versus traditional public forums. It reads, government restrictions on speech in non-public forum need only be viewpoint neutral and reasonable in light of the forum's purpose. Interestingly, both the government and DMA side agree the SSA offices are a non-public forum, but that didn't stop DMA's attorney from quoting case law that involved only traditional public forums. The government writes, Cordova's reliance on cases discussing video recording as a form of speech creation is misplaced. These cases relate to recording video in a public forum. The government does not dispute that video recording is afforded some protection under the First Amendment, as are other activities prohibited in federal agency offices by the GSA regulations, such as solicitation, posting flyers, and commercial advertising. It seems they are essentially saying, yes, video recording can be protected under the First Amendment, but so are these other.
Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if some frauditors really do that, go on Patreon and try and get their viewers to sign up.
Other First Amendment activities like solicitation and posting flyers. From my understanding, as long as these prohibitions are viewpoint neutral in a non-public forum, those prohibitions on First Amendment activities are lawful. The judge here makes a clear distinction about recording in a traditional public forum, like the Boston Common, versus a non-public forum, like an SSA building or a federal courthouse.
I don't know if they could spray something or what. Hey, good. How you doing? Good, thank you. I don't know if they could spray something.
I understand you guys are filming and videoing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
sure. It says we're allowed to right here.
You're not allowed to though.
It actually says we're allowed to right here.
Okay.
Building entrances, lobbies, foyers, corridors, and auditoriums for news, unless there is a rule, which is this 83.38, 83.8. And there are exceptions here, but before I get into that, the
Okay,
scope.
well, first of all, my name is Inspector Flynn. I'm with the Federal Protective Service. Okay. All right, guys. So here's what I want to do. Okay. You can't do it in here. That's a nice badge.
Thank you.
Can't do it in here. Okay. There's a building rule that states.
What is that?
Let me finish.
Sure.
Let me finish. There's a building rule that states you can't film inside of here. Okay?
What rule is that?
You're filming it. You were shown that yesterday, I believe, right?
No, I have it right here.
Okay.
In this, it says the scope. Hold on, start. Can I? Local rules 1.1 through 83.16.
Okay.
This is 83.8, so it falls into that. Shall govern the procedure in all civil actions.
So I argued earlier that this argument about the rules only pertaining to civil actions was pretty absurd. But don't take my word for it, because he either didn't look under the criminal rules or he simply decided to cherry pick that one point about civil actions. Under the scope for criminal rules, it reads, 1.1 to 58.1 shall govern the procedure in all criminal actions. Civil local rules shall apply insofar as they do not conflict with any statute, federal or local crime, or individual order. The following civil/general local rules shall apply in criminal actions. And if we go down here, 83.8, the rule prohibiting recording, fits directly in that, making it a criminal action.
We're not here for civil action.
Okay. If you want to
We're here for public. This is a public forum. This is a public building.
A courthouse is typically not considered a public forum in the same way that places like parks and sidewalks are. That's why the Glick versus Knuff case is relevant in this instance. Public forums are spaces that have traditionally been used for public expression and assembly, and where First Amendment rights are afforded significant protection. Courthouses, on the other hand, are government buildings primarily designed for the administration of justice and the conduct of legal proceedings. While they are open to the public and people have a right to access them for legal matters, they are subject to certain restrictions and regulations that are intended to ensure the fair and orderly administration of justice. These restrictions may include security measures, limited access to certain areas, and yes, even rules on prohibited recording.
Can you show us the rule, please?
If you don't stop, then you will be arrested.
Okay.
Okay?
Under violating a building rule.
You're going to be arrested violating these rules. Yes.
Can we talk outside about the rules?
Take care, Anacita. Have a great day, my friend.
So it's like we've been out here filming for like.
You can't bring the
Right, that's the problem. And it says right here. All right.
Just let me finish.
Yeah.
Okay. My issue is that I believe my colleagues have a vested interest in what happens in this building. It's on New Hampshire land. New Hampshire is a sovereign entity. So the GSA and all these federal agencies, you guys can make all the stuff you want. That's fine, okay? But as far as I'm concerned, a state representative, part of the people who sent me to account for what's going on, should have the ability to talk to the clerk, who, as far as I'm concerned, is kind of like the head of the courthouse, right? So that's all I want to do is ask about these rules and then cite New Hampshire state law that gives me the ability to do this. That's my issue.
Unfortunately, your argument's going to be moot because you're on federal property and federal law trumps state law.
No, it doesn't actually.
Okay.
So Representative Gerhardt is seeking access to the clerk's office to inquire about the recording of the Freeman case. His claim revolves around the notion that he is being denied access to the clerk's office, although that is not the case at all. He retains the ability to engage with the clerk's office staff as long as he refrains from recording within the courthouse, a stipulation he is unwilling to adhere to. So they finally leave the inside of the courthouse, where we find a DHS representative offering to bring the paperwork to the clerk for him because he refuses to stop recording.
I'm not a lawyer, dude. I'm a carpenter, but this is bogus. You guys know it. I mean,
I'm more of a lawyer than he is.
So anyway, yeah, if you could deliver.
You're not a lawyer. You're just a moron who believes in this nonsense.
Clerk, this is the main thing. Ian Freeman's trial on the Bitcoin thing is Monday. I would like to record that. Sentencing, I'm sorry. So I'd like to record that, and I just find it kind of odd. There's no real mechanism to go get that done. There's no.
I thought you went yesterday to find out about the rules to get that done.
Correct. And so that's the problem is, like I was saying, I researched this whole thing about photographing and the prohibitions, right? And there's exceptions. The exceptions.
The judge needs to give you an exception, correct?
No, the clerk.
Okay.
So there's
so is that in right? Bring it in requesting that?
No.
Me, I'm
Why not?
because I don't think I should have to. I'm
Oh,
working
so
for the
you,
government.
no, okay, all right. So within this is a law that there's a rule and there's an exception, and it says, hey, make the request, but you don't want to make the request because it's your constitutional right.
Gerhard doesn't believe he needs to ask for an exception to record because he, quote, works for the government, which was interesting coming from someone with an anti-government past. Does he expect special privileges because he works for the government? His point is moot either way, because as there are exceptions to record certain ceremonies and procedures in the courthouse, there isn't an exception to record a criminal trial, state rep or no state rep.
So something else I want to point out is this case.
Dude, he doesn't have any.
No, I know. But no, he's the guy. He's cool. He's not the Freeman case. Yeah. Glick versus Cunliffe.
Yep.
Okay. This is about and it's a First Circuit case. And we.
So you're going to report my channel for what reason? This is my channel. I will run it how I want. And if you don't like that, you're more than welcome to leave.
We are allowed to film. Held that a citizen has a right to film public officials in a public place. The public's right to access is coextensive with that of the press.
Okay.
Okay. So this is a public space. You've already admitted to it. It says public forum right on the thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So listen, if you went inside the building, right? Say you went into the Social Security office, right? You go into the Social Security office. There's no filming in there either.
You can get permission from that agency.
There is a mechanism in place to get permission to record in an SSA building, like the officer said, something DMC said you didn't have to, but was ultimately proven wrong. After a few more cordial minutes back and forth, they leave the premises.
Dude, you understand what this means?
Yeah.
This is they don't have the authority to do this.
Right.
They just stamped it saying they received notice of it. This
Right.
is on, dude.
So I'm like Donkey Kong on Monday, bro.
So what are you doing right now?
I was ready to bro, I'm ready to get it right there. I see me getting it.
I just.
But yeah, no, it's
What
just
annoyed me-
timing is
what
everything.
annoyed me though is like a tough guy.
How about
He's a good cop.
listen, we're
Hold on,
gonna
let's roll out of here.
what we do
I don't like. Hold on.
what we do, and
Okay,
this
stop.
is for the
I'll be
people.
back.
Hold on, we're still recording.
Oh, I thought you were talking.
No, I'm still recording. So what we do is
It's just bizarre to me. Like, we come here to have a fun time. We try and welcome someone into the community, and they just feel like making threats, reporting the channel for absolutely no reason. No better than frauditors, really. But anyway, it's just really bizarre, the entitlement of some people.
is we will offer people on Monday the opportunity to get arrested with us. Let's have like 20 people get arrested,
I
bro.
don't know. I would like to contact other state reps and talk to them about the situation and see what's
Get them there too.
I know. I can't do that by Monday.
For some strange reason, Gerhard is under the belief that because the clerk stamped that they received a request to record the sentencing of Freeman, that it somehow automatically gives him the green light to go ahead and do just that. He's wrong in this instance, as no such exception exists, like I said previously. Next up is stage 3, where Gerhard and Footloose intentionally get arrested at Freeman's sentencing because, as they put it, it will, quote, give them standing to challenge the rule. Press NH now is back for stage 3, but he declined to get arrested, and as a matter of fact, he says, quote, I'll just wait to see what happens with you guys, unquote. Thanks to the folks at Free Keene, the next few minutes that include the arrest will be brought to you without any interruption. Let's get right to it.
So you can't record them. I understand. I'm trying to draw the charge to challenge it later in court.
So whatever you want to charge us with is fine.
Exactly. Like, it's just weird. Weird behavior. Now, this is my favorite part of the video. They literally go to the courthouse for the sole purpose of getting arrested.
He's calling your. I brought my defense. Constitution.
And I want to say that the scope of the rules is for civil cases.
Oh, okay.
If you look at the scope of the rules, it says civil only.
Are you recording too?
I'm not answering any questions.
You have a better attorney than I do, apparently.
That's what I mean. You so arrest me, do whatever, and then I'll come back, and when I have to represent myself, it's going to be the same thing in the lobby here. I'm getting in to film my criminal case to challenge this.
He didn't admit that he was.
Right.
And what are you arresting him under?
Sorry?
What will you be arresting him under? Don't you have to have an articulable, suspicionable
Crime?
something to
What's the crime?
say,
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
arresting someone?
Yep.
And a warning.
All right.
What's going on?
You never got my ID that day, did you?
I can't hear you.
You never got my ID that day, did you?
I still don't understand why you're looking for the fight, but that's okay.
What?
Because this is our protected right.
That's what we
This
do.
is America. This is a public forum for the citizens of New Hampshire. And you're trying to apply a law to criminal cases or a local rule that applies only to civil matters. So you might want to check the scope of that rule. I'm putting you on notice right now.
We checked it.
You've read the scope?
Yep.
I don't care what the rule itself says.
And you have to file a motion with the court if you want to, that would be the proper procedure.
There is.
Well,
We talked.
guys,
Yeah.
let's just.
We'll
offense,
talk
but
about it.
it's
I'll
like-
tell the judge.
This is the whole legal aspect.
Yeah, I mean, I'll talk to the judge.
So what would you like? What would you like from us to do?
Arrest me. Charge me with whatever your crime you're going to concoct. And that's it. I need to have the standing.
Exactly, Russian whole.
Posted rules state that you can't record in the lobby.
I understand that posted rule is for civil cases.
Okay. But I'm telling you, it applies right now.
That's what you think. Sure, I understand.
You let me finish. It applies right now, and you're given the opportunity to leave or stop recording. So, would you like to leave instead of getting arrested?
Right. Well, I got to be lawful. I haven't heard a lawful order either. I've heard awful orders.
Me too. Two of you.
Me neither. I couldn't imagine having to deal with these types of people every single day.
I'm just not into theatrics. I just want to challenge.
Yeah, let's just do it. Let's get it over with.
You understand, right?
I get it.
Whatever you want to do.
I allegedly violated.
I'm asking you to stop recording.
Yes.
You're not stopping.
I'm
He's
standing on my
asking us.
constitutional rights.
He's
I'm giving
asking.
you the opportunity.
Sure.
So you're gonna stop recording?
I'm standing on my constitutional rights to record in a public building.
Okay. All right. All right. Peace first.
Oh, you can't do it yourself. You don't have the balls. You have no balls to do it yourself. Do it.
You don't want to be the one in court, but you'll be there.
He doesn't want to go to court.
Sure.
That's why.
I have no problem with it.
He doesn't have the balls. He's got to send his goons to do it for him. Look at the gloves. Look at the gloves.
Cavity search.
You don't have the balls to do it yourself, right? He send you. You just follow up like that. Just do what you told.
Yep.
So I'm under arrest. I just want to turn it off. Okay, but I like turn it off completely. I'm saying so I might need
So the battery doesn't.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, I didn't know what you did.
They must have had some really good jail food that day or something for all of them to want to get arrested.
Giving you the same option, sir. You want to stop recording and leave the building, or do you want to be arrested?
I didn't realize.
It was Footloose, right? That was your name? Are you recording? Okay. Yeah. You got the phone?
Yep.
Okay. All right. At this point, you're under arrest. Okay. Turn around.
Exactly, Deadpool.
He does have balls. Look at him. Nice.
The law says if you don't have attenuation, the whole place turns into an echo chamber. What?
The battery. Yeah, don't shut that up. Don't touch my property. Don't touch my property. I'm already cuffed up. Stop resisting. I'm not resisting. I'm already cuffed. No, you're trying to take it off and you got me cuffed. It's not going to come off while I'm cuffed. Smart guy. And don't damage my property either. Where are we going? Where are we getting processed? Right on this floor. Right on this floor? Yeah. Okay, great. You're going to take it out. You're going to have to. I don't know. We'll find out. What's the charge? We'll find out on the citation. No, of course not. Because they don't have anything legit, bro. It's all bogus.
I believe so. I believe that's their guru, the guy in the hat.
You gotta take one cuff off so we can safely remove your camera. Safely, yeah.
We probably should have done that first.
What about the deadly weapons? Shod feet. Shoes are a deadly weapon. You can't allow those.
So that's where we stand today. Both Footloose and Gerhard were both charged with CFR 102-74.385, which reads, persons in and on property must at all times comply with official signs of a prohibitory, regulatory, or directory nature and with the lawful direction of federal police officers and other authorized individuals. This just happens to be one of the charges that DMC was found guilty of when he was arrested at the SSA building. So after the arrest of Footloose and Gerhard, Footloose cranked up a live stream to let his viewers know that stage 4 was on the horizon.
This is stage 3. What did I tell you guys was stage 3? Getting arrested. Stage 4 is what? Stage 4 is going to represent myself.
Yeah, and you're going to lose miserably in court.
At the federal courthouse and wearing my body cam and refusing to take it off. And then what are they going to do? They have to let me in to represent myself. Okay, that's been the plan this whole time. So just because we didn't get through the security today, that wasn't the point. The point was to create the standing and get arrested. Okay, there's a long-term strategy here, and it might take it might take a while to pan out.
I, for one, am excited to see how this pans out, as I've yet to see a challenge like this in a federal courthouse. I believe these two men have a mighty high hill to climb, but, at least for Footloose, he seems intent on following through with the whole thing. I will be following this case to its conclusion, so please check back in for future updates. The best way to do that is to make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Until next time, this is Dummy Kruger, and I'll see you guys on the next video.
And be sure to subscribe to Dummy Kruger, another excellent video by him. All right, everyone. I think that is going to wrap it up for me for today. Had a lot of laughs, a lot of stupidity, people being tased, sovereign citizens. It's a fun day today. Just gonna go read the chat. Nice of him to minimize his carbon footprint by avoiding barbers. Guy looks like a caveman. So yeah, I think this is where we're gonna wrap up for today. We had that one bad egg in the chat earlier. Just seemed like that person was just here to cause issues. And if you want to start drama, you're not going to last in the chat very long. But anyway, besides that, it was a fun day today. I had fun, as always. I want to thank Casey and Marina for their gifted memberships today. I appreciate it. And again, welcome to all the new members. I also want to thank Erica for being a member for 3 months, Greg Jonick for being a member for 5 months, Ravenwing for being a member for 17 months. Like I said earlier, that is incredible. Also, welcome to Colt Stonewolf for renewing his membership. And thank you to Zixo for the $20 super chat today. I really appreciate all of your support, everyone. And yeah, thank you. Just going through the chat one last time. And yeah, have a great day. I should have a new video up later this week for all of you, so be on the lookout for that. And as always, I will see you all next time. Take care, everyone.